It's an almost pro intro there for a show that's not exactly pro at all because it's no one's turned up. None of the guests haven't turned up. Elric, my normal host with me, just walked past the door. Like I went, oh. So he's never on time. Like seriously, he's terrible. And Jacob will be here later on as well. But that's about it. I had a couple of guys that was meant to come on. A guy from Verwilderd, I talked to before. He was going to come on. There might be an American guy kind of later on called Lawrence Wallace. He's a guitar shredder. He's got a couple of EPs out and an album. We've played him. It's quite pretty cool actually. And I decided to interview him a little while back. Supposed to be doing an interview tomorrow night. The guy's supposed to be doing an interview tomorrow night. He hasn't got back to me either. I've messaged him and say, "Are you still up for that interview, mate? You still up for?" And I've not heard. So I've not actually set it up on StreamYard yet. So if he doesn't get back to me, that's another job I haven't got to do.
Could be a lazy weekend, Graham.
It could be a lazy weekend. It might as well be a lazy weekend. Not really, for all the interest it gets, but you know, we'll see how it goes. That one has not even looked at. That last message I sent. I think I messaged that Daniel. I have to make sure I did message the guy and not forget. I think there's so many bloody streams I'm working on, so many videos that I'm doing that I bloody well sometimes forget. Think I've done something I haven't. Maybe I haven't messaged that guy actually. Let's just go check. I don't want to sort of cancel the bloody I'll do it tomorrow. Whatever. Anyway, how have you been?
I'm all right. I'm fine. This is Phil.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'm okay, Phil. Bro. Yeah. I'm good.
And just any gigs coming up your way yet? Anything opening up?
Well, I mean, there's stuff being advertised. There's nothing happened yet, but there's stuff being advertised. Now, normally we don't get a lot of stuff in Gloucester, but there's a pub called the Dick Whittington.
Right.
Evening, Jake.
Evening.
There's a pub called the Dick Whittington in Gloucester Town Centre. They've got two or three shows coming up. They've got Blaze Bailey playing there for a start off.
Okay.
So, because it's Gloucester, I might just go for the hell of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's only down around. I mean, I can catch the bus in. You know.
I heard they didn't have many gigs in Gloucester because there was this doctor once called Foster who went there and he fell into a puddle right up to his middle, and that's why.
Never bothered to go again, did he?
That's it. That's the whole of my conversation with Gloucester.
We'll treat that with the contempt it deserves.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else to say. When's that? Have you still got that gig coming up near you? The Battle of the Bands, Jake?
Looks like it, yeah.
Have you heard anything about Bloodstock? Because you kind of got your fingers on the pulse of Bloodstock, didn't you, Phil? Is it definitely going on, you reckon?
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, it's still happening. But you look at the news that's going on, Graham, it's not looking very hopeful, is it?
No, as the level gone to 1.2 again or something like that.
Yeah, the R number, innit? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the R number, that was it, yeah.
But we've got, Demu Borgir have pulled out.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But I think they've cancelled all the shows that they're going to do. And Cradle of Filth have stepped in to take over as special guests on Saturday night below Creator. So it's basically turned into a British festival. All British bands apart from Creator. Devin Townsend and Judas Priest.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's a bit strange.
Judas Priest aren't an English band now.
Well, Rob Alford lives in America, doesn't he? The drummer's American.
I
know Ian Hill and Andy Sneap, who plays guitar for him now, live.
Right. Yeah.
They live in Derbyshire, which is only around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. So they're local.
It's a bit half and half, isn't it? You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
So,
they'll still be British as far as I'm concerned. Even if they do, Has he got citizenship there yet?
I don't know. He's been there for donkey's years, hasn't he? So, but any man who bought an album out called British Steel.
Definitely. So, anyhow, I was going to say I keep meaning to look up like news and stuff. Like, is any news, any metal news going on that I've not heard about?
Dave Wilson got kicked out of Megadeth. He
he was just playing a solo on this thicky string of his bass guitar, wasn't he? That's all he was.
I thought it was the pink oboe, Graham.
Yeah, pink. No, he's a bass player. It was the thick string on his solo bass guitar.
It's nice to see that you're all on beer.
Hi, Elric. Thanks for coming on 5 minutes late, mate. Thanks for that. You're so kind.
Good time. I haven't been in the last couple, so
That's true. Can you do the old Hovis advert for Werewolf by Lunchtime, Phil? He wants the words. So what I don't remember the words to that one either.
My granddad was a baker.
My granddad was a baker.
I think that's called social stereotyping, Graham.
Yeah, probably. But he's from South London.
Probably.
He's a South Londoner who lives in Australia, so he gets it both ways, mate. He gets it in the neck. Yeah. He likes to give some back when he can, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Anyone bought any cool records lately? Anything decent? I heard anything good?
I don't know what time. When I was on last, what did I buy? I bought
something else recently.
Nah.
I got the Trapped in Purgatory album.
Okay.
Which is
never heard of them.
Well, I'll tell you who it is. It's 3 guys who used to be in Purgatory, the band, right? Who were a West Country band.
Right.
With Chris Neighbour, who used to be in Four Way Kill.
Okay, I know that name. I think they played down the Standard one time.
They play Bloodstock Indoors as well.
Right.
And a guy called John Hoare, who's a bit of a producer, who's from Bristol. John Hoare, not WHORE. Okay.
Is he easy?
And I think it'd be right up your street, Graham.
Okay.
Very good album. I'll try and find it.
Yeah.
So my room is a complete shithole. So I'll try and find it and show you the cover. But Trapped in Purgatory, they called, and it's very, very good album. The album is most good, really good.
Is that not a line from a Slayer track?
Yeah, it is.
It's the opening track.
Well, they got it.
Yeah.
Flames Blood, isn't it?
Mm.
I bought the latest. Well, not the latest, but the last.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a signed copy as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You straight from the band, I take it.
Yeah, and there's not many of these left at all, and they're not reproducing them anymore. So this will be
cool.
Not available.
What's that, Elric? Sorry, which one?
That's Superstar's last album.
Oh right, okay.
One coming out.
It's a band we've had on here a few times.
Yeah, really cool guys. Actually,
yeah, good
nice
good fellas.
Where
is it? Are they from Portland or something like that? Where is it?
In Oregon.
Aren't they? Oh, I
can't remember.
Ohio.
Idaho.
Ohio.
Somewhere.
I think they're from
somewhere
Ohio,
beginning. Probably somewhere ending or beginning
they're quite.
Got O in it somewhere.
They're like doomy horror sort of metal.
It's like sludge doom, isn't they? Really?
Oh,
yeah.
They're from
might have one of
kind of vibe to it as well.
Yeah, they're from Ohio.
Yeah, I was Ohio, was it? Oh, bloody hell! My memory is crap. I've only spoken to them about 4 times. Don't expect me to actually remember anything that I've ever said to anybody.
I've spoken to a lot of bands and Jake's metal chat. I'm like, where are these guys from again?
Yeah. It's terrible. I think I might have one of the videos still on the playlist I've uploaded, so I might play it later on.
Go to the succubus.
Yeah. Got bloody copyright
cool
strikes on Facebook again, though. Got copyright strikes on Facebook again. It's annoying because it tells me when I play a video, I upload it to my account and it'll tell me if it's going to give me a copyright strike or not. And it tells me no copyright strikes. Okay, I can play that then. And then when I go to, because it streams onto Facebook
Graham,
as well as on.
I'm just going to have to go for a minute. Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. All right. Okay.
No worries, man. No worries. You got the link. He's had enough already. He's out of here. Oh dear. Yeah, so I think but then it gets bloody well copyright strikes on Facebook. So it's like I don't know what's the score. If I stream too much and it goes to Facebook, are I going to close my account for like violating copyright? I don't know what their policies are. So it's bloody confusing. Works, I know it's a bit of a minefield. Yeah, it's a bit of a worrying kind of thing because the last thing you want is to bloody well lose your account, you know? Do you guys ever... I was thinking that this, like being a regular thing, we should try and do some kind of news segment. Does anyone... What's the best site for checking out news? I don't know what I'm going like that for, but you know. News.
Well, as in metal news?
Yeah, metal news. Yeah, of course.
I've
it's a metal
never
show,
watched
mate.
metal news anymore.
No, sometimes it comes up and people share it on feeds and that, but I don't know of any like.
I don't really say much news on my.
Yeah.
There's loads though, isn't there? Like Blabbermouth and
Blabbermouth, that's
you
it.
can go to, isn't there? For,
Blabbermouth,
like, updated news on metal, but
Yeah,
I don't really look, to be honest.
that's the kind of thing that's worth maybe like having a chat about sometime. You know, 'cause it'd be an idea to have like a I don't know, a theme or a couple of things to talk about. Playing Machine Head have got a new single. Boom,
Yeah, they have.
boring.
Yeah, I got sent it. I haven't heard it yet, but yeah, they've got a 3-track EP coming out.
Yeah, I wouldn't cross the road to watch a bloody Machine Head. If Machine Head was playing outside the house, I'd shut the windows. Let's put it that way.
It's nothing wrong with
I would shut the windows and pull the curtains if they were playing outside.
Maybe less interested in them now, to be honest. But
I got the very first album. I love that one.
Here's one for you,
I
Elric.
love Burn My Eyes. One of my favourite metal albums ever.
What's that one? Was that?
Burn My
My
Eyes.
Eyes.
Oh, yeah, I got that at the time. When it first came out, I was like, this ain't too bad, but I was still kind of think, you know what, they're a bit, I don't know. But there's some news for you, Elric. Papa Roach collaborates with electric dance duo Vise. That sounds like your cup of tea, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. I mean, back in the day, I used to look at the news all the time because I used to get the magazines like Metal Hammer and Terrorizer, but I stopped buying the magazines really. It's just I couldn't be bothered. And once the year 2000 sort of went by, I sort of like uninterested in new music. It sounds terrible, doesn't it?
I've been checking out too many new bands. So it's like,
I really love it. It's cool getting all the bands. I get loads of new stuff. But
it's just
Ian Graham was saying when you get to a certain age, you maybe stop getting super excited about new bands like you used to. Like in the 90s, I was like mental on new bands. Like,
it's like you still love metal, but I'm not like a fanboy anymore where I go out and buying it. You know, I like listening. I like listening to it when I get I like listening to my show and the songs that are on there, and I can get along with practically anybody metal, as long as it's not glam or hair metal, or bloody rap metal or anything like that.
Mates are into glam metal. Why don't we listen to
It's making sort of like people that sort of hated it, I sort of like it now, and it sort of annoys me a bit. Like people are sort of liking it now. It's like, oh, why? Didn't before. Stop lying.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just up like Motley Crue today. All right.
I'm trying to work out what Nestor was saying. Nestor, who speaks Spanish? Angeles del Inferno, so Fiery Angel or
I did
Angel
Spanish.
of Fire?
No, I can't help.
Spanish Maldito Si Tu Nombre is good. I'm guessing they're saying their new song is good. Is there a band called
know Spanish by now, shouldn't you, Graham?
I'm working on it. I was thinking of actually doing
Spanish at school, but I slept through one lesson because I'm so tired that day.
Yeah. Right, Angels del Infierno, I think you were saying. Let's have a look.
Angels in Fire, it means.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's got to be Angels Infierno. It's got to be fire, isn't it?
Number is number, surely.
Yeah, so I think he's saying their new song is good. I think that's what he's saying there.
Right.
I'm thinking the band are called Angeles de Infierno. I'm going to look them up. I'm looking them up on Metal Archives now.
I went out with a Spanish woman for 7 years, didn't learn fuck
That's
all.
right, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I didn't
true.
learn fuck all. She has better English than me.
I bought 3 albums this week and I'm only 89. What's he talking about?
Only 89.
He talks some nonsense old werewolf by lunchtime. But if anyone in the chat wants to hang out, Nestor, if you can speak English, you want to hang out, mate, I'll send you a link.
Even if you don't.
Even if you don't. Yeah, exactly. We're not fussy. So yeah, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot on what's that? Daltrey release. Peter Takran Payne releases music video. Eric Rutan releases Hate Eternal Guitar book.
Oh, okay, book, blimey.
Yeah. That's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to impress you with some science here. If I can work it out to do it. if I can work it out to do it, let's.
Thing is, I'm not. Oh, go on.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Rush artist. What's that about Rush artist? Oh, okay.
Opening a new exhibit
in Texas.
I Open a new exhibit in Texas, Austin's AO5. The exhibit, which will include, 20
all
years of
the
his
Rush
work.
albums, all them albums.
Right. When it's a Rush artist, literally means that the person who did the
art.
The
band, yeah.
Oh, right. So he's not actually in the band.
No.
Your what do you call it? We should watch your video, Elric. Your video on what do you call it's on now?
What video?
Oh no, it's tomorrow, isn't it? What the fuck am I talking about? Hawkwind.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. What fucking idiot said it was today?
Yeah.
What stupid dumb twat who can't remember one thing for a second said it was today?
You.
Oh yeah.
I'm going for the 80s Hawkwind album, so check it out and buy a book.
The Black Album changed our life, apparently.
Well, it did.
Suppose it did. It was the one that really took off when it really got like on I don't know, was it MTV or where the hell it was playing?
It just made them massive. Almost overnight. Well, it weren't overnight because I always thought they were pretty big anyway, but it sort of made them big to the masses and it sold a ridiculous amount. I think it's like 20 million copies that album sold.
Yeah.
Something
maybe more now.
Yeah, something stupid like that.
Apparently they're selling a whiskey to commemorate it. Blackened American whiskey.
Blackened whiskey, apparently. I did read that, yeah.
But,
it was in the Metro. It was in the Metro today.
Slipknot's Clown drops 2 new solo songs.
Okay.
Here's one for Jake. Mr. Bungle shares live Erasist video. Here's one for Elric. Def Leppard to host event on Twitter Spaces today. Devon Town. You guys... You guys
Devon was actually doing something with Sepultura, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I knew Devon was doing that European tours. I was like, oh, no UK dates yet.
Get
around to it.
What are you looking at anyway?
Looking at Blabbermouth.
Oh, it's Blabbermouth, right, okay.
Yeah, Josh Rand says Lars Ulrich is a great drummer who does unique things behind the kit.
Yeah, I actually think he gets unduly too much stick about his drumming. I actually think he's a pretty good drummer.
Yeah,
you don't do Justice for All and be a shit drummer.
I really can't say because I can't drum to save my life. So you know what I mean. You need other drummers to sort of like.
It's more to do with people just don't like him.
Yeah, I think that's it because they got so popular. Yeah. So this Angolese dell'Inferno 1984 album. I can't find that Angolese dell'Inferno. I think it's not on Metal Archives. It's not on Metal Archives, mate, so I can't find it. Yeah, just looking through Blabbermouth to see if there's anything worth talking about on there.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
We don't do news anymore, you see. So
Yeah, you guys still getting Terrorizer or Iron Fist or anything like that?
Yeah, used to get all the time, but
I didn't say used to, Elric. I'm talking about now, mate. I don't want to know when you used to listen to what stories were in it like 10 years ago when you last bought it. That would be pointless.
Oh yeah, you got the other Judas Priest now, haven't you? KK's Priest.
Oh right, I thought he couldn't. Like he ended up leaving the band. He had some health problem, didn't he?
No, that's Glenn Tipton, the other guy.
Oh, it's Glenn Tipton.
Yeah, he's got Parkinson's.
Tipton's got Parkinson's.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. No, KK just left.
He just left, did he?
Yeah, Tipton still comes to play, Graham.
Yeah.
He comes on for the encores when he's feeling up to it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I think he's been involved in writing the new album as well.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
I wondered how bad he was health-wise, but
well, when we had him at Bloodstock 2 years ago,
I remember.
I met him backstage, and
wow.
he seemed okay. You know what I mean? He's a bit, they go a little bit shaky, sort of thing. You know what I mean? But he's okay. To be fair, he looks quite. He's always been a thin bloke, can't he? You know what I mean? I don't know whether if he looked a bit more gaunt. I don't know if photographs do you more justice than real life. I don't know. I mean, I look fat, whether or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I look fat as well. It's the your eyes are lying, is what it is. It's your your eyes aren't seeing properly. It's the angles are not right, and you're not actually catching how slim I really am. This is weird. This is like something out of the fucking what's that crappy newspaper? It used to print absolute bollocks.
Sunday Sport.
Sunday Sport. This is like a Sunday Sport fucking headline. Yeah. Gene Simmons blasts moron politician for asking Forest Service to alter Moon's orbit to combat climate change. What the fuck?
What the fuck is that? Sorry, has to be Gene Simmons, that one, didn't it?
But he didn't make the fucking... He's blasting the politician who said it.
No,
but it's like...
But yeah,
no.
That's weird.
What the fuck?
Surely that's something Trump would say.
Yeah, it does sound rather Trumpian, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Perhaps we can move the Moon's orbit. I can't do a Trump voice. I'm sure I could if I could think about it.
Not
just like China.
Not doing his fucking voice anymore.
No.
All right. Thank you.
Air Force. All right.
We know them guys.
New album coming soon. Yeah, I've interviewed him. You've interviewed him as well. You know, you never got around to interview him in the end.
I still haven't. I still bloody haven't. I must do it.
Maybe we'll get him on, and I'll ask if they want to come on a hangout. That'd be a good idea.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
we'll get them to come on a hangout, and we could talk about this new album that they're talking about here. Remind me, Elric. Remind me. We'll get in touch with them again and see if. Mind you, no offense, they're nice fellas, but I can imagine it'd be like, how do I do this? How do I turn my computer on? How do I
go? Funny you should say that, Graham. My dad is 81. He's just got a smartphone.
Oh, God. Well,
I was up there last week and I had to set it up for him. I managed to get him on WhatsApp. And but the most important thing, he could get the cricket score on it. That's what he was interested in, getting the cricket score.
That's the most important thing. I was just setting up a clip for my dad the other day.
Actually, I didn't check how we got on today. We weren't.
Next time I get up there, I've got to tell him how to get to the porn sites because he's kind of he wants to. I said, you can watch all the porn. He went, can I? How do I do that then? All of a sudden, he's got a new interest in computers. He can barely turn it on. But now I've told him there's porn sites he can look at. He's kind of like, oh, really? Hey, Jamie's in chat. Do you want to come on, Jamie? He's a metalhead. He can come and hang out with us if he wants to. Have you got a webcam, Jamie?
I like the Highlander avatar there.
Oh, right. Are they making a new film of that? I'm sure I heard they were remaking it or something. Did anyone else hear that?
No.
I've heard something about Highlander, but I don't know.
I heard there was going to be a remake.
No, I don't understand it sometimes. What is the point?
It's funny because it is quite dated, but at the same time,
but it's dated.
It'll be shit.
It's dated in a cool way, though. You know,
it is.
Dated things are dated things,
really
aren't
good
they?
Film for me.
In a cool way.
I really don't mind about remakes. You know what I mean? It's just like it's not going to be this. You know, I don't get a fucking worry about it.
No,
some people got a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, it's already perfect. Don't. I just said whatever. I just we'll watch it, and if it's good,
if you really love the original, it's quite of a tough.
I think that's the main thing. People who really love the originals get a bit.
Yeah, it was when they redid Thomas the Tank Engine that got me. Because it's all CGI now, isn't it?
It
used to be a real train set.
Okay, exactly. All right.
And we
didn't know that, Phil. Thanks for telling us, though, mate. We didn't know all about that.
every bit of information's a gem, Graham.
Yeah. My stepboy likes his Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah. Apparently, James is at work at the moment. Well, we're on probably for a couple of hours, mate. So if you get out of work in time, you're welcome to come on.
Finish our beer.
Yeah, I've got to go and get another beer, actually. I might find a video to watch. Anyone fancy? If you guys know any underground bands whose videos might not give me a copyright strike, just suggest them and I'll look them up. And
Metallica Enter Sandman.
Oh yeah, that's probably be all right. Yeah, I can't imagine there be any. Do you remember we played that black metal band last night, Elric, Winter? And we were because we were saying he got so. Winter. He's got so many albums out. He recorded about 9 albums in 2020, and we was joking saying, "Oh, he must sit around all day drinking vodka and writing music." And I said to him, I sort of posted it around on Facebook today, and he said, "Oh, he's writing some stuff." I said, "Oh, if you got anything you want to play, just send it my way." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll try and remember if I'm not busy drinking."
There you go.
All your suspicions confirmed.
I think it was the fact that he listened to the show, he listened to the podcast, and he fucking was having a jab at me. So I took it as anyway. Hopefully in good humour. I don't think he was really annoyed. Hey, Preston. I don't know Preston. Hi, Preston Mailand. You are new to me, but thanks for coming on.
Nice to see you here.
We're looking for things to talk about, to be honest. Normally we have a member of a band on, but they've all let me down today, unfortunately.
Phil, do you remember? Sorry, do you remember? I'm sure it was you. Like one whacking years ago, one of years. Didn't our flights were cancelled.
Oh yeah,
do you remember that? And I think it was down to you actually.
Yeah,
I think you saw it. You had to get everyone train. Do you remember?
That's right. That was it. That was absolutely epic. That was.
Yeah.
We'd all turned up at Heathrow, if you remember.
Flooded, wasn't it?
There'd been some mega storms the day before.
Yeah.
And all the planes were out of sync, and they weren't where they should be.
Yeah.
And we just got there. They said, "Oh, the flight's cancelled. We've refunded your money." And, and the question being, well, what the fuck is that use? Is that to us when we've got to be in Hamburg? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, not our problem.
I know.
And so we all adjourned. I think we all went to the Wetherspoons at the airport.
Yeah.
And I got on the phone because I work for Railway, I spoke to the staff travel office who can deal with foreign travel. And I said to the woman, can you get 11 of us? I think there was 11 of us altogether. Yeah, 11 of us to Hamburg now.
Yeah. I remember
I'm back on Sunday. And she said, I'll ring you back in an hour, she said. I'll see how I get on. And she rung us back and she got all 11 of us on the Eurostar and then on the sleeper train to Hamburg and back again on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got there a day late, but I mean, we would have been there early anyway. So
I think we would have day early anyway.
Yeah.
So we didn't miss anything, did we?
But it was like 24 hours, wasn't it? To get from London to Wacken in 24 hours or something ridiculous.
Well, I think it was. We left London at 7:30.
Yeah.
And we got in Brussels for like 11 o'clock, and then we sat there at Brussels for a couple of hours on the concourse drinking beer. It was €1 a can out the vending machine. It was, and we sat on the floor and got absolutely wrecked. And then the train came in. The train came in, and we all got on, and we were in the bar car all night, and we got absolutely wasted, the lot of us. And Zodiac Mind Warp was on the train as well.
Oh, he was wasted as well.
And he said, "Oh, I'm Zodiac Mind Warp." He had his manager with him and his bass player and his drummer or whatever, and we were all going, "Yeah, right, yeah." And then we stood there on Thursday night, opening act, Zodiac Mind Warp, and on he walks, and we're going, "Well, it was him."
He didn't look. He weren't that good either. I think we got him drunk. He was.
Yeah. Was he not moving that primely that night then?
No.
Nice one, Graham.
Nice one.
The jokes get worse.
That's the only song I can make for Zodiac Mind Walk. I don't know any of their other songs, so that kind of worked. I can't believe I've gone through my first beer already. That's Old Speckled Hen goes down like a fucking treat, doesn't it? On a hot day like this, it's like you just evaporated.
I
gotta go and get another beer.
Boom.
There's a guy in chat from a band called Heart of Jordan. I've played on my podcast before. Okay. I think they're kind of like modern metal kind of stuff. I'm not quite, maybe a little metalcore-ish, but I'm not sure. Yeah. The while since I played them.
Cool. Yeah. Do you remember? I can't remember. It was either going there or coming back. It may have been coming back actually. I think it was John. Who with we all got in a bit of a row with one of the row people.
It was the guard, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you remember? Was trying to refuse John.
Got some issue with the tickets, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think he was in the wrong coach or something like that. This should have been because we all had reservations for the Couchette thing, didn't we? I think.
Yeah. But he was saying you shouldn't be on the train and everyone should get off, and then we're going, oh, fuck off. And he got someone who could speak English, and it was all fine, But, Matt Times. Bit horrendous. But you got us there.
Yeah, well, you should never give up, Elric. Never give up.
And it was a good festival. What year was that one?
That's 2004.
Right, 4. That's
so
right.
That was who was on that year? Dio were headlining, I think, that year.
Hot as again. It was
hot as fuck. Yeah. Who else was on? There was some good bands on that year. I'm trying to think. Motorhead played.
For that year.
You what?
I'm just seeing if I got the Wacken DVD from that year.
I've got it somewhere. It's in my shed at the moment because, as you can see, I'm having my room sorted out at the moment. I'm waiting for new
DVDs.
Oh, I am.
How the hell did you Wacken DVDs?
Excellent.
Can't be all the bands.
The glasses.
Hey, it's like a 4D. It's like a 4 DVD box set, Graham.
Yeah, they did it they do them every year.
Yeah, I don't think they do them anymore.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But they did them for about 10 years on the trot, Gray.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've got a
With
few
the
of them.
documentary and all sorts. It's quite
Probably got
funny.
the years I went.
So
I can't remember the years I went now.
There's a 2003 one, definitely. When we
yeah,
went.
there is. Brainstorm, Nevermore, Children of Bodom, Anthrax, Motorhead. Oh, yeah.
Elric, you've been recognised, mate. You've been recognised.
One
of your fans is in.
Is it a girl?
No.
Oh, I'm not interested. All right, Jamie.
I've heard his voice before in a totally gay way.
Oh, thanks. in a non-gay way.
Yeah.
Obviously,
he doesn't know you, Elric.
It's not possible.
My ridiculous Cockney accent.
It's not possible to listen to Metal Devastation in a straight way, though. So how can he say that? Especially when Elric's playing.
My first actual fan.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing.
I reckon he's pulling your leg. I reckon he knew already.
Like you say.
He's a massive Gore Rotted fan, Jamie. He's a massive Gore Rotted fan. Right. He tries to collect all their T-shirts and everything.
Oh, bloody hell. And there's another bizarre thing, Graham, is T-shirts. T-shirt.
Prices.
Oh, mental.
Yeah.
Oh, Mayhem played, Cannibal Corpse.
But trying to say...
Awesome. I remember.
That was the year Cannibal Corpse played, and they were allowed to play all the music, weren't they?
That's right, I remember.
Because there was a big announcement beforehand.
Stopped, didn't they?
Yeah.
They used to always get banned in Germany.
You used to have a bloke at every show standing by the side of the stage, and if they played any of the tracks that were banned, the plug got pulled. Which is it's like the maddest thing ever, isn't it?
Cathedral played, but I missed Cathedral because I was in the open air swimming pool in the village. I just had to stay there a while.
Open air swimming pool. When did that start?
Yeah,
2004.
Yeah,
that started in 04. That did.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I remember. I think I remember going with you. I remember because your sister and my ex-missus and me. I think there was about 6 of us all went together and stayed there for half the afternoon. And missed about 5 bands. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a bit of a way, wasn't it? A bit of a walk.
It was like a mile and a half walk, but it was worth it when you got there, wasn't it?
No, definitely. Unleashed played. Yeah, Nocturnal Cold Sale with
yes, that's right.
Jericon, yeah. Good lineup. Good lineup, that, yeah. I went 06. I missed 05. I was probably skint or something, and I went 06, and I never went back after that. It was just getting too big.
Yeah,
You know,
3 years was enough for me, man. It was.
You went 03, didn't you?
Yeah, that's where I first met you. Was 03.
Was it?
Yeah.
I must have gone to 2000. No, I must have gone 2000.
I think you went 02.
2003.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, my sister went a couple more before 03, I think. 2001, maybe.
I know we got none of our equipment turned up once on the flight. We arrived there in the morning, and none of our stuff did.
That was a year before I went, Grace. That must have been 02.
Right. Yeah,
that was the tale at the airport when we met up. When I first met you all, that was the tale.
Right, yeah.
No Lost Boys CDs.
No tents.
Fucking nightmares. Yeah.
And Jake wasn't even born.
I was born in 91.
No, I don't think he's that young. Oh, Jake Bristow. Yeah, of course. Maybe he wasn't. No, he's not that young. What are you talking about? I don't know.
He's not a millennial.
He's at least 35. Well, this Heart of Jordan I've played before. Might play their track in a minute. I've just downloaded it. I'll see. I quickly do. I'm going to quickly do an upload of it first, just to make sure that I'm not going to get a copyright strike. He says they're independent, so I shouldn't get a copyright strike.
So when you find out, it just literally just tells you can't play this.
It literally
what happens? I'll upload it because I've just downloaded it, so I'll upload it.
Yeah.
I think I downloaded it anyway. Where's the download? I see a different download. No, why is it not there? And then it will say if there's a copyright strike on it. It will let me know there's a copyright strike. Basically.
Oh, okay. At least it lets you know.
It was. Yeah, it just says that this is owned by so and so. They are going to monetize. They're going to monetize this video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to try sort of your Nacho t-shirt. That was quite funny. I thought you were advertising it or something.
No. I've become a granddad, Elric.
Okay.
Oh.
And he says, not your average granddad.
Yeah.
So,
blimey.
my sister-in-law bought me that. So,
Right.
yeah. So there you go. So we get being a granddad.
How many kids you got?
I got 2 kids. I got our Jamie, who's like your Liam.
Yeah.
And I got a daughter Jackie, who's 30. She lives in Dubai, and that's who's had the nipple out. You know what I mean? So.
Oh wow.
They should have come back, and COVID totally blew that idea out of the water because her husband's a pilot.
Right.
So it's still a job, thank God.
Is he from Dubai?
Jesus.
Is he from
Dubai?
No,
he's from Preston.
Yeah, the work is there, yeah?
Yeah.
Why didn't your mate used to come down quite a bit to... I'm sure it was your mate. Was it your mate? Who used to come down to... He was at Bloodstock, and I think a few other gigs.
Carl?
Yeah, Carl. What's happened to him? I can't remember. Did I hear some dubious things about it? I can't remember.
Completely.
Was there some dubious revelations that I've forgotten about?
Yes, you hit the nail on the head there.
Right,
Is it broadcastable?
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it?
It might not be.
Yeah, I want to know.
Was there some downright nasty stuff? Was there or something?
Yes.
That he ended up being discovered for.
He got sent down twice.
He's been sent down, has he?
Oh yeah.
Oh, blimey.
Exactly.
Probably is, or you could probably say then, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was child pornography. So
yeah, that's broken the party up.
What can you say though, Greg? What can you say? You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
You wouldn't know
that.
You wouldn't know, would you? You know what I mean? But you don't know, do you?
No,
just like something.
Yeah. Scary shit, man.
It's fucking
rubbish. You can't. Yeah, you can't tell people from. You think you know people, but you can never know.
Yeah. I could be doing anything waist down right now.
Exactly. The noises are coming from your bedroom half the time, Eric. I sometimes think you are doing anything up there. It's like, what the hell is that Eric up to this time? What? Is that a chicken I can hear clucking in his bedroom? What's going on there?
Oh, no.
Is he massaging Sulfigo into a chicken up there or something? That's what it sounds like. Massaging Sulfigo into a chicken. That's what it sounds. I don't know what's going on there.
All hands on the table, please, everybody.
Yeah. I'm definitely wearing trousers because you saw me walk past when I cut my beer. I'm pretty sure you recognise they're actually jammers. I'm wearing jammer bottoms. I don't give a shit.
I've got mine on as well, Greg.
And slippers. And slippers, yeah. It's surprising. Yeah, I didn't really realise how comfortable slippers were till I got to about. Till I got to about 50. I suddenly thought, you know what? Slippers are really comfortable. I need to wear slippers more often.
I used to have a mate who worked in one of our control offices at Railway, and they used to do 12-hour night shifts. He just wore slippers at work. He just wore slippers in the office all the time. Yeah.
Fair enough. Once you go slippers, you can't go back, I suppose.
No, exactly. Like that. He put his shoes on and go home.
Welcome to the Slipper Club.
Yeah. Well, you must have mentioned Slipper Club. That's the first rule. I thought you would have realised that, mate. You don't mention Slipper Club.
What's the second rule? You don't talk about Slipper Club.
Yeah.
The second rule is make sure you got a beer.
Yeah. Second rule is don't fight in slippers. That's the second rule.
Exactly. Now then, Elric, what about you've appointed David Moyes, haven't you, full time? You've just got a 3-year contract, haven't you?
Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
I think so. He's done really well this year, hasn't he? Really so well.
I was hearing some rumours that he might be going to Everton.
That was rumours as well, to be honest. But
I heard he hadn't signed yet. Like he hadn't signed a contract, and he still might be going to Everton. But I think that's like I get my news from YouTube, and quite often it's just people looking for bloody people to come watch their videos, so they'll say anything to.
From what I'd read, Graham, he said that he was good. He'd signed for West Ham, and they were just negotiating personal terms. Yeah. So, which is it's a good fit, that is.
Yeah.
What's your team? Are you Liverpool?
Red Fuck off.
Oh, I mean one of the two, Man U, is
Man United, then, if he said fuck off in that way.
Fucking Liverpool.
Well, I knew it was one of the red northern scum teams. I wasn't sure.
I've been a fan of them ever since I was a kid. So
yeah.
Fair
enough.
They did well,
I can remember being sat in front of the telly in '76 when Alan Sunderland scored for fucking Arsenal in the 88th minute for make it 3-2. And I was in the FA Cup final. I was heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. We'd come back from 2-0 down and lost it 3-2. Last time West Ham were in the FA Cup 1980, I was too busy playing doctors and nurses with a couple of girls to watch the fucking match. I didn't even bother. I was about 10 or something. And the thing you missed, Graham, was Trevor Brooklyn scoring with his head.
I know. I came downstairs after and said, did they win? And they were like, yeah, no, that's good. But I wasn't really that much of a football fan.
41 years.
I know.
That's stupid.
Well, we had that close.
Do you know what record we still hold in that 1980 final?
Is it the only team from a lower division? Is it
still the last team to win the FA Cup from a lower division.
Right.
Yeah,
because it was Southampton before.
The old second division then.
Because it was Southampton about 3-4 years before.
Yeah, Southampton did it. Yeah.
When they beat United.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Werewolves delivering the puns here. Werewolves delivering the puns. I didn't think
this is quite funny. I like this.
By staying corrected.
Very funny.
That is a good one. That is
10 out of 10 for that.
Right, let's have a listen to this Hearts of Jordan then. Heart of Jordan.
Okay. Right then.
I have listened to them a couple of times before. I know they're not as 100% my cup of tea, but they're kind of like modern metal, a bit metalcore maybe. But they're an underground band, fucking striving, and some of you guys might enjoy it, but I'll probably enjoy it anyway. But not.
Practicing your spell, the less struggle.
All right. Yeah.
Really like it.
Yeah, it was a very well put together video, actually. Very well put together video.
But really well done.
Yeah. And a bit of hope at the end as well, which I quite liked, which was pretty good. It reminds me like seeing that footage. It's like it's coming up to 20th anniversary of 9/11, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's mental.
That is crack, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't believe it's 20 years ago. It seems like yesterday still.
Yeah, it was 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2000.
Yeah.
Blimey. I know, it's fucking crazy looking back at, the older you get, the fucking weirder time gets.
I was holidaying in Cornwall on the beach when it happened. Like, I remember I was on the beach and we were saying something's happening in New York. And
I can tell you exactly where I was.
The most different place you could ever imagine.
I was at home having my tea with my mum and my brother when it was happening.
Yeah.
I was at work.
I was at work, Graham. We had some brand new trains delivered, and me and this other bloke were being trained on these new trains.
Right.
And the ex-missus rang us up.
Why is that funny?
I don't know.
Being trained on trains for some reason that sounds funny.
You got to, because they're all different. They're all computers.
No, but it makes sense.
I know.
It's just the word train, also meaning to learn and train.
We got a phone call while we were moving, and I got a phone call saying, there's something massive has happened. And when we got back to Derby, where me and my mate were lodging, and we sat up all night, watched it on the telly.
Yeah.
All night. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning we went to bed. And then we had to get up again the following day.
It's crazy, isn't it? No one ever seen anything like it. I was like everyone transfixed. It's like
it was like watching a Die Hard film in real life, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to believe when it was like
it was like
because I was listening because I was at work, so we listened to it on the radio, and it said the towers are falling, and I was just like, they must have got everybody out of them. I was thinking they must have got everyone out by now. I couldn't fucking picture in my head that the fucking
thousands of people
would die.
Yeah. Do you know the scary thing as well? Just a year before, I was on the top of them towers.
I
was in New York a year before. Like you do in New York, you do the tourist and you go up
that's
towers.
Kind of similar. Do you remember the boat that sunk, or the Zoobrega, was it? We was on the sister ship the week after going to Holland.
Prize it was.
We was on the sister ship the week after going to Holland. Yeah, I think we fucking sailed past it or something like that. It was like, well, no, kind of in a way, it was like, well, it can't fucking happen again so quickly. You know what I mean? It's like, we've had the boat disaster now. We should be all right. What's the chance of having 2 weeks in a row? No, it's not going to happen twice in a row, is it? I suppose that was more the fault of it. It was definitely a sobering kind of this is shit. I just thought another song that I could play in a minute. I did a reaction for my mate's band Mandragora a little while ago. We got a lyric video up, and I thought we could play that. It's quite a cool song. So I'll upload that to
nice choice.
Yeah, have a play later on. He's actually this guy, Roy Naira. He actually he's the drummer for Mandragora. I played him on the podcast quite a few times, and we've been friends ever since. And he was the one who said to me, "Why don't you start doing reactions to these Argentinian bands?" He says they get loads of views. People are, people like that kind of thing. So that's why I've started doing those on my channel now.
He does. You get tons of views, like over 1,000 sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah, quite often like 1,000 in a day. Like you get quite lots of trouble is they're all fucking copyright, so I can't get any advertising revenue for them. So it's like, oh man, if only I could get fucking the ad revenue for them, it'd be fucking worth the effort. But no, you're more likely to get like copyright strikes. They're not proper copyright strikes. They're just like what it is that the band get the money for any adverts. So there are adverts on them. Just like I'm not getting them. I'm not getting the money from them. It's like, oh man, what can I do? keep plugging away. Yeah, fuck it. I'm probably gonna have to get a job.
That's what I was just thinking. I said you better stick with the interview of the training course.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I much prefer the idea of. I've been wanting to earn money from my hobbies. Like I've got my Patreon. Anyone wants to sign up to my Patreon? The link is down below. You get an extra exclusive podcast every month. There you go. That's the spiel.
The hard sell.
Rolling in the money now.
the half-hearted sell, because I fucking know it's a waste of breath. But yeah. I've got a few. I've got a few people. I think I've got about 10 at the moment.
Okay.
Getting about $20 a month, which is crap, obviously, but it adds up. I don't take it out for like 18 months, and I've got like £100 or something in there, and I buy myself a couple of exactly better than kicking the bollocks. Buy myself a couple of nice comics with it. That'd do me. What do you do, Jake? You work, didn't you? You working?
Yeah, I do gardening.
Oh, gardening. Okay, cool.
But mainly from home at the moment. Just
gardening from home. How do you garden from home?
My dad's to do the fucking garden.
Oh, you spend your own garden?
Yeah, my own garden at the moment. No one else.
Okay. I was just picturing, like all these people who work in offices being told to work from home. I was thinking, how can you do gardening from home? You're on like a website and like automatic grass trimming robots or something.
I'll send the answers away.
I thought it'd be like Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. Go Gadget. Strimmer.
My sister's a gardener, so there you go.
Yes, she is, isn't she? That's right.
Yeah.
I can remember, I think when we went to Wacken in 2004, I think it might have been, she just landed a job with the council as a council gardener.
Okay, yeah. She went on to work for quite a few years at the Hurlingham Club in a big sort of posh sports club in sort of Putney area. Yeah. Then she went. She actually moved to Chesham, and she's been in Chesham for a couple of years now. And she does. Well, she had a job in just a rich person's spread, and now she's doing another rich person's spread. But it's a quite a nice job she's got now. She's quite happy with that. So.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Because my boss at work, his lad was a gardener. Well, he's a gardener. Okay. He does it for some. He lives in somewhere on an estate, on some sort of estate, and it comes with a cottage. I think it does where he works. So it's somewhere down in Wiltshire. So yeah, quite interesting. I'm absolutely frigging hopeless.
Yeah, I can't. I'm happy to sit down in the garden, but not actually.
My dad's a keen gardener. Like he grows all his veg and all that, and we've got some flowers in there. And I go down there and he gets me to help him out. I'm fucking dead after. I did like an hour maybe at best, like doing a bit of weeding out the front, getting all the. He's got like some crazy paving like in his car park thing, and I'm fucking getting out. I'm literally. Fucking back. I'm sitting down on a little stool as well because I know my fucking legs are terrible. My knees are crap. I'm sitting in this little stool, bending over, and it hurting all the back. The next day, the back muscle on this leg was hurting for about 2 days afterwards.
That's because you're just a big sloth, isn't it?
I know. Just exactly. I'm not used to the. All
our
that kind of.
Has our garden, didn't she?
Yeah. We leave it to her.
Done a good job.
I remember going. I used to work at a farm back in 2017 to 2018, and I went and saw St. Vitus the day before my last day because I only worked 3 days a week. So the Friday was the last day I worked, and then start over again. Saw St. Vitus, got drunk there, went and worked the next day, and I kept bending down. I was like head throbbing.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I
got work the next day.
Yeah, so the only garden I can bother to tend is my groinal garden, and that's about it, really.
then I saw dragged into sunlight after that.
And even then, you need help, didn't you, Gray?
Yeah, just a little bit. Only a bit of hose work. That's all I can bother with.
3 days a week. Oh, that's like I only work 3 days a week.
Yeah. Oh man. At least everyone's sure. Well, I don't suppose Phil's got that story of going into work piss because he works on trains.
Well, hold on a minute.
Oh, you're joking. Are you sure you want to tell this story?
Oh yeah. When I started in 1985. Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm 54 in July, so I've been around a bit. I've been around the clock.
Yeah, I wasn't even born.
It was taken as read that while you were at work, you would go to the pub. So
really, as a train?
Yeah. You'd work a train to Carlisle, some freight train to Carlisle. I was based in Wigan, right?
Yeah.
So you'd work a freight train to Carlisle, and then you'd all slope off to the boozer for a couple of pints, and then a bag of chips, and then come back.
A couple, but
Well, if
a couple of points.
I've had to carry the driver back before now, and I've had to drive back. Honestly, and I'll tell you what stopped it. You remember when there was a bloke ran into the stop blocks, the buffer stops at Cannon Street in the late 80s, and they tested him, and he'd been on the old hey.
Oh yeah.
And that put the mockers on everything. They started doing random testing and all sorts of stuff.
I think that's right.
Probably for the best.
I would have to say that's probably a right move.
But it used to be all the time though in them days. My dad worked in the post office, and they had like 2-hour liquid lunches kind of thing.
Yeah, common as anything. Yeah.
Back in them days, you get overtime, and like they get like 5 hours overtime, and 3 of them would be in the pub.
Yeah, exactly the same way. Yeah. Our gaffer at work on lates or whatever, he used to have a bottle of whiskey in the drawer in the office. So you go and sit there, have some whiskey in your cup of coffee, like, or your tea or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's like the same in the building trade, especially. This kind of pub at lunch.
Yeah.
There's crazy.
Cheese and onion roll, isn't it? About 4 pints, and then back to it. Operating a 360 digger, like, innit? You know what I mean?
Bag of fish and chips.
Yeah, I just worked on the post office counter, but I'd go in still pissed from the night before because you'd be drinking till 3 in the morning or something. Get up at 7 and go to work, and you'd literally still be drunk when you got there. And then about midday, the hangover would start, like because you suddenly you still had that drunken high, like it, and then the hangover would start, and then after a couple of hours, suddenly you had another high again. It was weird, like a post hangover high. Like it was odd.
We used to have some jobs because I was at a freight depot. You book on like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, you'd either come straight from a gig and go to work, or you come straight out of like Maxime's nightclub at 2 o'clock in the morning and go straight to work after you've had about 6 pints of Nuki Brown or whatever.
Nuki Brown was
terrible. What do you think?
My drinking schedule's fucked because I'm supposed to be I try and do one bottle an hour. And we're still in the first hour, and that's how much I've got left of the second pint. So it's like, I think I might have rushed it a bit too much. My schedule's off.
My glass of icing up.
Cheers, Werewolf. Apparently, he just sent me $5 because you said mockers.
Fair enough.
Mockers apparently was the word of the day. That was the code word. That was the werewolf code word of the day. Are there any other words we've got to try and find, Werewolf?
Is there any other words that make us money?
Serendipity, that's a good word. Serendipity, frenedy, phlebotomist. Trying to think of some other words that might trigger.
Words.
Yeah.
Lepidopterist.
Lepidopterist. They collect butterflies. Is that a butterfly?
Correctamundo. That's another $5 is Correctamundo as well.
What? Someone send a song, we might get more money.
Oh, no.
Like, I was going to say fucking chim chimney chiroo.
You never know.
Follow the van,
Have you got any views yet on your latest metal chat, Jake?
Just done one.
Yeah.
Than that. Well, I can only do it that one day he was available.
Yeah.
I would have been waiting for ages for him. Plus, I was meant to chat and he said he couldn't do it before because someone in his family was like ill. So I didn't know what they were. And other things in his life.
Your chats go on so bloody long, mate. It's like he's kind of like having the time to catch up. How long did that one go? Was it a couple of hours again, or
just under an hour or so?
Oh, it was a short one. Sorry,
it's like hour and a half sort of thing.
Right.
An hour and a half with Grey Puffer.
Yeah.
I got one chat on there which was like 54 minutes.
Okay, so it just goes for as long as the person's willing to go for, or who have you got planned next?
Well, hopefully, guys from Under a Spell and
Oh, yes, right. I forgot you talked to them. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm not going to rush them because I'm still probably grieving.
Yeah,
nice guy.
yeah. Tom's nephew died or something apparently, so he's not in a good. Yeah,
I mean, people I like to chat to, but are probably too damn busy to even do it. Like Devin Townsend, for example, he's probably way too busy.
Yeah, probably.
Rob Halford probably too busy.
Yeah.
I should think so.
I can only dream of getting Rob Halford and Bruce Dickinson.
That'd be quite something.
They say, yeah, we'll do it.
Right. Promise to show Rob a bit of leg. You might come on. You never know.
Yeah.
It's worth a try. Flash him a bit of man boob.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all got them.
Yeah.
I find with like interviews, like because with your thing, like when I used to do interviews, I used to do them for about when I used to do face-to-face interviews, they're usually about half hour to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But I noticed with your thing, you can. I was always trying to push it to an hour.
Interview.
Yeah.
It's more than a chat, exactly.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You can always tell, I think, when like it starts to go sort of like you said everything you need to say, and you sort of realise like sometimes when you're talking to people like, probably time to stop now. You sort of get that inkling. I find
it's weird how the conversations go. Sometimes you think you've got a bit else to say, and suddenly something pop up, and you start like afresh again. Like you might say, "Oh yeah, goodbye, yeah." So talk to you later, and then suddenly something will be said, and you'll end up talking for another 20 minutes, and it's like, "Oh fuck," it can happen like that, can't it?
When I was doing the interviews with through Nuclear Blast, they only give you 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Jesus.
but still, they're pretty awesome, though.
Just don't ask me.
Elric, who were you dealing with for that then? Claire Harris.
Claire, and Emma.
Yeah. I deal with Claire with a signing team, you see.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know Claire really well. Yeah, she's a nice girl.
If I was asking something,
it was really cool. I was getting like interviews, and it seemed to be obviously like we had this thing going, and I was starting to do like big bands. And then COVID hit.
We need to get her to get people to come on here.
Yeah.
Phil, have a word, mate. Have a word. Anyone wants to come and hang out, I'll send them a link. We can hang out on a Friday night and talk about whatever projects they've got going on.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, she'd be quite interesting to talk to.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah. She's a smart cookie as well. She's very good. Really good job. Yeah.
We'll have to, once all this sort of dies down, which it sort of is, I'll have to try and contact again and see if, they haven't forgotten about me or something, get back into it, But you got to wait for gigs to happen.
We'll have to do this live from Bloodstock on the Friday night, Graham.
I'm not going to be at Bloodstock, but
I could appear live from Bloodstock, though, couldn't I?
You could appear here, I could host it from back in my house. Yeah. Overshadow, 7 letters, third letter T. Are we doing a crossword now? Overshadow, 7 letters, third letter T.
Yeah, well, I'll be at Bloodstock, Phil. I'll help you out.
Yeah, I like Bloodstock. If it happens.
Well, someone asked me to interview bands at Bloodstock. Yeah, I will have to keep it short. I can't.
This must be the new code word. This must be the new code word Claude he's given us. If we can work out the answer, I get another $5. I'm gonna keep thinking about that one. Overshadow.
I'm not good at crosswords.
No, it's another one.
Cryptic stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. Like like I say, like I was going to these gigs, getting in for free, and it was like I always felt I was becoming a little bit part of the music business, and it was all cool. And then COVID hit, and I had to stop. I had Millie from Creator lined up.
Yeah. Oh,
maybe you could do him at Bloodstock.
Yeah.
If you got tickets,
I don't know what the situation is with the press thing there, Graham. How it's going to work? There may well not be any. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
possible.
Only might just
fucking Mozzie in here.
Or they might just see people like, you've chat to people, you chat to bands, haven't you? What, me? Yeah. You want to chat to people?
I don't know how it's going to work.
I don't have any questions.
What do you have for your tea?
McVitie's.
Have you on the sauerkraut?
Have you ever had any like? I know you're a massive metal fan, Phil. When you go to like loads of gigs and all, have you ever done any bands or done any fanzines or put any gigs on yourself, or has it always just been like a fan?
I've not put any gigs on. I've done some roadieing, done quite a bit of roadieing. I used to drive the van. You remember Intense, who Brian plays for?
Oh yeah.
I used to drive the van for them, driven around Europe with them.
Isn't Briney your son or something like that? Is it your son or your? Wasn't that the story that was going? I'm sure there was some. I'm sure there was some weird like jokey thing where you called you dad or something. I can't remember now. Maybe I'm confusing. Oh fucking what confused mind I've got. Yeah.
Intense, I remember them.
With Intense, yeah. So been abroad with them a few times, driving the van, selling T-shirts and all that sort of shite. I originally started out at Bloodstock as a merchandise guy, but that had to go to a private company. I think I told you this before. It had to go to as a private company because it involved money being taken out of the country. The inland revenue got a bit arsey about it, so it had to be all done. Instead of what you used to do was like this man would turn up with 5 bin liners full of Testament T-shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'd put them up for 20 quid or whatever they were, or 15 quid, and he get a tenner and we get a fiver, and there's all this counting out of notes under a table sort of thing. He'd walk off with a brown envelope, and that sounds
Well, it sounds confusing as hell. I mean, I had fucking put on a couple of underground gigs. I can't imagine the amount of paperwork and shit that must go into doing a festival like that.
Well, you think what it's like at somewhere like Wacken, Graham, instead. You know what I mean? It's a different league altogether, isn't it? But it's mental. It's mental. The backstage, I mean, like Bloodstock, they have these people called the artist liaison team, and they just basically email the bands and they organise all what time they come in, when they arrive in dressing rooms, all that shit. Unbelievable. Yeah. This is world's mother of a spreadsheet, like, you know what I mean?
What about riders and that? What kind of riders do the bands get?
Oh, they get all sorts of stuff.
Do they have individual riders that they request themselves, or is it just like you get?
Yeah, it depends. I do not. Let's see.
Are you familiar with the stuff that they got? Are there any fucking anyone like ordering a double-ended black dildo or something? It must be 13 inches, not 12, or anything like that. I mean, what kind of? I don't. Well, what's the crazy shit?
When Judas Priest played, I think Alpha had one of them. The funniest thing, Alice Cooper played, and they had. He insists that in the dressing room before the show, because something he turns up from a hotel 2 hours before the show, fannies about, presses the flesh a little bit, then goes on stage and gets straight back in a car and goes back to the hotel. There's no fucking around and, trying to fix the amplifier at the back of the tour bus or anything like that, Graham.
No.
But he insisted that he has a leather sofa in the dressing room.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this. Right, they went to IKEA and bought the cheapest leather sofa you could buy for 99 quid.
Yeah.
Right. That Alice Cooper sat on for like half an hour. And then the following day, me and this guy, Tim, put it in a skip and off it went into the bin. That was it. Because what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with a fucking other sofa? You've got
to it to someone.
Well, you could at least have got him to autograph it, then you could have raffled it off.
Yes. You could cut out the bit that he sat on and got him to sign it and give it sell it to someone as a back patch, an exclusive back patch.
John Schaefer from Ice Earth, who's now in prison.
Yes.
Every show he played, he used to have a chiropractor because he has a really bad back.
Okay.
He has to have his back done by the chiropractor before he goes on.
It's going to get worse bending over for the soap every night in prison, I'm sure.
Exactly. Your soul better belong to Jesus because your ass belongs to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's also Dino out of Fear Factory. He has to have, what's that beer? Is it Cuerva, is it? The Mexican beer?
Oh, okay. Right.
There's a Corona or whatever. He has to have the Mexican. You put the lemon in the top, or whatever it is. He has to have this particular beer. So they had to have a crate of that for him. So that's what he drinks, and it's obscure shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to hear the good ones like a pint of gravy and a fucking Scotch egg and that kind of. You know what I mean?
Chips and gravy.
Paradise Lost.
One British meat asked for a roast dinner before he goes on.
Yeah, it's all a bit boring, to be fair, because half of them are vegan and all this sort of bollocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
God, fucking.
Well,
I can remember we were there when Sodom played. This is fucking hilarious. This Sodom played like at 2:00 in the afternoon, and then this is when there was the original band, still a 3-piece, and after that, after they'd played, they obviously wrapped up. We had them in the signing tent, and they were reasonably well behaved. Now these are blokes who are older than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were reasonably well behaved.
Reasonably well behaved.
And then they proceeded to get absolutely trolleyed out of their faces. and it ended up at 1:00 in the morning. You've got Uncle Tom Angel Ripper, wandering around the festival site trying to pawn cigarettes off people because he's a compulsive chain smoker, and he's done about 80 fags so far that day.
Fucking hell!
Yeah. And
He's got a choice.
And he couldn't. Well, exactly. It explains a lot, doesn't it? Really. Yeah. And, he could hardly stand up. You know what I mean? It's such a mess.
It's so funny, Bloodstock, though, because we know like practically everyone that works there, don't we?
Yeah.
It's really weird. All our friends just work there.
Or DJ and
the thing is, it's like a lot of the British male community. It's such a small thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I come up to London a lot for gigs because a lot of the bands only do one show in London. And I don't mind getting in the car to come up on a train and stay at Lindsay's or whatever, you know what I mean? And you get to know a lot of people up there, and I have a lot of people who go to the London scene. I know you guys, there's lots of people, isn't there? You know what I mean? And you bump into, and it's the same old faces at the same old gigs, isn't it? A lot of the time, you know what I mean, Gray? So
Jake comes down to London as well, didn't you, Jake? Sometimes.
What?
Jake, you've been to London a couple of times, haven't you, for gigs?
Quite a few.
Yeah. Well, we've not met Jake in the flesh yet. We only know him from online. But I think the first show of this that we did, he sort of turned up and we just invited him on, didn't we? Yeah. And but when the gigs start coming on again, I dare say we'll meet you in London at some point.
Yeah.
For beers and food or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depending on the band and the gig, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've got a mate called he's such a good mate, I can't think of his name. He sounds
like a fucking diamond geezer, mate. He sounds like a real good guy.
Some sort of mate you are.
No, he absolutely is. It was a pen pal on my sister's for years ago, and he's from Bristol.
Yeah.
So you just start throwing out names. Just Dave, Boris, Jake.
I only see him he'll come to
John,
London once
Steve,
a year.
Chris.
I seen Machine Head when we went up to Manchester, actually.
Darren, Gary, Bernard.
Can't think who you might be one of.
Martin.
Oh, man. I was going to say Martin.
From Bristol. There you go. Martin from Bristol, Jake. Narrowing it down.
Probably.
Really skinny bloke, bald bloke with a beard. And he's really skinny.
Well, that kind of fucking narrows it down, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
In this game, you're either fat or skinny, aren't you?
They're all emaciated in Bristol. They're all emaciated there.
I think I know who you might be on about. I might
better quality drugs, Graham.
He was a pen
too much cider as well, probably.
When they were young, it was actually a pen thing, an actual
I had
pen.
a few metal pen pals. Did anyone ever get a pen pal from the metal, was it pen bangers or something in Metal Forces? They had a whole page, didn't they, for pen pals. You remember that?
Yeah, I never bothered doing it, but
I did. I had about 4 or 5. There was one girl in Birmingham that I would mostly. I think I saw her at the 92 Monsters of Rock. I think I bumped into her or met her there or something like that. Hey, Lawrence. Lawrence, you come and hang out, mate. I sent you a link to your page earlier on. If you want to come and hang out, just plug your camera in. Come and hang out with us. Bring your guitar, man. You can play us some tunes.
Is that the Lawrence Wallace that was going to come on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played him last night, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, the mates I made at Bloodstock were all the ones that did the 4 DJs of the Apocalypse when I first
started in
2010. I made friends of that, and they were there until about 2015 or something. And one of them always had 2 Super Soakers 4 cider, like whiskey, and the thing would be filled with cider. Like his way of getting straight into your mouth. And he also gave me his SpongeBob cup, fill it up with whiskey, and I'll just drink that for a bit.
Sounds
I'd
good.
be dead. I would be dead.
It certainly didn't work.
To survive, and then I stayed at his place in Romford in 2019 to see Coffins at New Cross Inn.
Oh, right.
He had some Hobgoblin in the fridge ready for me, so once my band stopped gigging and stuff, it's pretty easy for me what bit I want. So, what's he want? Hobgoblin. Lots of Hobgoblin now.
I just drank a Hobgoblin.
I think I got one lined
up. A Ruby.
It's funny this year because we got the extra day at Bloodstock. Which is really cool. Yeah. Usually, like when I go on the Thursday for me is the get pissed day, and I don't.
All right, Lawrence, mate.
How you doing, bro?
Can you hear me? Get pissed day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Cool.
This is Lawrence Wallace, everyone. He's a guitar shredder.
Yeah.
And there's got 2 EPs and a full-length album. And have you got a new one coming soon as well, haven't you? I think I remember hearing.
Yeah. I was. Did he? Yeah, he did do the motion.
Can I see this?
Howdy. Let's do it behind your back and everything else.
I'll do it with teeth.
You're going to set me on fire next, bro.
So how's life treating you, mate?
Very boring. Enough time to write songs, but not a whole lot of inspiration, really. Honestly,
okay.
I kind of just go by memory. I'm like, okay, what do I remember that might actually sound good or whatever, and I just regurgitate old shit and I just sect it and turn it inside out, and everything becomes a new song. And
cool.
I'm about to play into writing another full length. Actually, I might actually put it out this year.
Right,
full lengths in 1 year. What do you think?
Yeah, why not? If you've got the blanking,
that's like going back to a 1970s vibe, isn't it? 2 albums a year.
Yeah.
You kind of still. We was playing we did a vidcast last night. We played one of your tracks. We played this Russian band called Winter. You brought out 9 albums in 2020, so you're a bit slow there, mate. He's brought out 3 albums already this year. 3 albums already this year he's brought out. So you need to pull your finger out. Stop being such a lazy mofo.
I gotta get busy then.
Yeah.
I think you need to be slightly more technical. Yeah.
Is this Russian guy the sort of the Russian version of Bathory? Is he then, or what? Or is he one man?
It was quite good actually. Yeah. No, I think he's one. I think he might have started as one man band. The picture on Metal Archive is just one fella, but one of the later releases I looked at, there are a few different members in the band, I think. But I don't know how he managed it, because I thought that doing that many tracks, it's going to be like throwaway stuff. But it was quite a good track. I quite enjoyed the track, which obviously that we played. So what's the new album going to be called then, Lawrence? You got a title for it yet, or?
I don't have a title yet, but I'm trying to make it like really, really metal, like really heavy, but also at the same time really power metal-y, like have a lot of energy. I want it to be fast. I want it to be hard, and I think it will be based on what I've been writing lately. I have everything over on YouTube. Like I have the demos over on YouTube, so anybody can hear it if they want to.
Well, I'll probably play. I've got the video still on the thing. Maybe I'll play it in a second, so the guys who don't know it can get an idea of what you're about.
Do you want to play a recent one? Did you already?
I've got the last track that I played last night from the most recent album. Lost in Time, is it, or something like that? What is the most recent one called?
Oh, Journey Through Time. Yeah.
Journey Through Time. No, I'm surprised I got one word right. So I think I deserve a round of applause. Yes, yay, thank you guys. Thank you. I got one word right. I'm pleased with myself.
It's a big moment.
It is. Actually, I'm going to play that now then. So it's Lawrence Wallace. I can't remember the name. What's the last song on that album called? That's the one that I got.
Get one word.
The very last
I can't get another word. I got one word already. Oh, Graveyard Storm. That was it. Graveyard Storm. So let's play this one. I'm not going to get my other beer because I've only got one beer left. So I'm going to try and hold off on that and get it later. Let's just listen to this to get an idea as well. Hey, is there anyone who walked away and never listened to his own song?
No, I was still here.
You still heard it. It wasn't that you've heard enough of it and you are walking away. I can't listen to this song again. It's too much.
I really enjoyed that.
It's good stuff. Like I was, Werewolf was saying, I kind of mentioned it. He said it reminds him of like the 80s kind of stuff. Reminds me of a movie. He was saying very 80s, and I said it's kind of like heavy yet melodic. And I remember we did an interview before. I had chatted with Lawrence before on my channel a couple of months back now, wasn't it? And I remember you saying like, because you do some drum sampling, but mainly you get samples off YouTube or something, and then you fit your song you're playing around the drums that you manage to find. You arrange it yourself, and then you basically flow over it. Yeah, is that maybe you want to go more into the process to let the other guys know if there's anything more you want to add to that.
Yeah. That for the last song you did, I did that, and for the whole album actually. But like I basically rip whatever kind of drum beats are off of YouTube, and I try to I put them to the meter. So if it's like 144 whatever beats per minute, I set it to the meter, and I basically cut it and chop it up and dissect it and throw it all over the place, and I write my song around whatever I do there with the drums. That's recently what I've been doing, because I'm too cheap to buy anything that's actually worthwhile to use. But before I did that, I would do my own drums. I would poke in what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like my songwriting, or at least for the guitar, is a lot better when I used to do that. But the drums sound way better this time, and that's what most people complain about. It your drums sound really fake. I'm like, how do I get around it? And that's what I had to do. Right. I had to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which just doesn't. It's still cool though. I mean,
it sounds great.
Basic. It's very basic. I'd like it to be a lot more progressive than that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's better than anything I could ever even attempt to do. You know what I mean? Impressive. Impressive.
Yeah.
And I was wondering about the drum sound, and now you've explained how you've done it. That's a really, really clever way of doing it. Yeah, very clever.
Yeah.
Usually what equipment you've got, innit? You know what I mean? Because you see some of these guys who do the home produced stuff or whatever, and they've got thousands of pounds worth of gear in their little studios and stuff. But that's just a really clever way of doing it. That's mightily impressive.
You don't need all that. I've written so many songs that way, and you don't need all that stuff, you know.
You talk to sorry, you go, Phil.
No, we'll say sometimes simplicity is the best thing for it, isn't it? You know what I mean? Sometimes music can really get overcomplicated, and how it's produced, how it's made, and how whatever. You know what I mean? And to be able to do it, you know, in your own studio like that, and do the drum track and this and the other. I'm well impressed with that. I'm very impressed how you've done it. Very clever.
Yeah. It works so great.
Yeah.
Check him out. Go and download some of his stuff. I can't remember.
I will do. Right? I was quite bad.
Yeah.
Can't half play the guitar and all.
So, are you just instrumental? Do you do vocals? Are you just an instrumental person?
Yeah. Well, actually, I did try to do the vocal thing, but I can't. I personally cannot sing myself, so I had to if I wanted somebody to do vocals, I either had to know somebody that would do it for me. That's a friend of mine, which I've had before, but didn't really work out very well. And then there's people that I actually hired. I have 3 full-length albums within the past, I think, 4 years, under the name Moonlight Prophecy. Which, if you go on my Bandcamp, you actually see. I basically dissected all the vocal stuff and I threw them all into one category. So, in that section, you'll see all the vocal stuff that I had for that band, and a lot of it's screaming. Some of it's thrash metal vocals. You know what I mean? Yeah. But mostly, I just got away from all that. And I thought to myself, it's too much work to because I'm not really good at making things sound good when it comes down to clean vocals. I have to automate everything through the I have to dissect everything and automate it and all. Really annoying. So, I mean, I have vocal songs, and I actually really like some of the vocal songs that I have. They're, in my opinion, I really like them. But mostly an instrumental guitar player now. I think I've gotten away with the vocal stuff. I think if I wasn't doing vocals at all anymore, I would just do it with a cover band. You know.
No. Do you ever talk to like other like solo like guitar shredders doing their own thing and find out what they do, how they put their stuff together? Is like, are there any other ones, any other guys who like do similar to you? Do you think, or is it just?
Can you ask that again? Are you asking the question? Do I listen to other people?
No. Do you ever talk to anyone else who does similar stuff? I mean, are there any people like your contemporaries who like you've spoken to and say, "Oh, this is how I do this," or is it literally you're in your own bubble and you don't really know what other people do with their own music?
It's probably the second thing you asked about. It probably is that. Like, I do talk to other people about music and stuff, but especially since the COVID-19 thing, I don't really talk to very many musicians around here because like, usually I would meet them at bars and stuff. Like, not that they're any good around here. Most of them really aren't because it's a dead town, but I do once in a while like talk to people online and stuff like that. And you know, we get together on certain things.
Well, where'd you live, Lawrence?
Around Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That's where my sister's boyfriend's from.
Yeah.
He's from a place called King of Prussia. He's from that place. Yeah.
What's his name?
Place.
What's his name?
There's a place called King of Prussia.
Yeah, there's a place called King of Prussia just outside of Philadelphia.
Okay, no, that's crazy.
What's the guy's name?
Oh, he's lived in England for quite a while. It's a guy called Rob Taholics.
Okay.
He's played bass in bands and stuff, but he's been here for like 10, 15 years now. But yeah.
Yeah, the reason I asked that question is because
probably on the run. He's probably on the run. He's probably best not to say what his name is. You know, because he's probably on an FBI wanted list or something like that. That's why he's been able to come over here.
Yeah, I got a mate from Philly, but he lives in Aberdeen now.
Yeah. Why'd you ask, Lawrence?
Huh?
Why did you ask?
Oh yeah, because it's a small town. Because the thing is, like, it's so small, hardly any musicians are like they exist really.
Did he have any bands when he was in Philadelphia, Elric? Was he in a band?
I don't know really. I think he probably did something when he come over here. But King of Prussia is famous for the shopping centre more than anything.
That's correct.
Yeah,
that's the weird.
It's got a weird place. America's largest shopping centre or something like that.
Okay.
It's not the largest. It's just that's how gay and lame the area is.
It's a sort of blue water thing going on, Graham.
Yeah.
Isn't
that?
Is it just sucks?
Is that not Rocky? Is that not Rocky country? Is that Rocky? No. Philadelphia?
No.
Where's Rocky then?
No.
Cleveland. Peters. I don't know.
Philadelphia.
The Rockies.
Buffalo.
No, not the Rockies, but the film Rocky. Isn't that not Philadelphia?
Yes, that is.
So I'm thinking. I'm just thinking.
Music. Rocky.
No, I'm talking about Rocky. The blinking box of film. So I was thinking, have you done like a metalized cover of Eye of the Tiger yet? Like you owe like a reprise of Eye of the Tiger, you know, or the Rocky theme tune, metalized it up a bit. So you can put some like quotes from the Rocky movies, like as instead of lyrics, just a few like sound samples from the Rocky movies. That would be.
Would you recommend that I do that?
Yeah, I reckon so. I want to hear it.
I think Graham's been drinking too much.
Yeah, no, not enough. I think people might enjoy that. I think I Am the Tiger and yeah.
When
you can do it now on stream if you like. Quick.
My guitar's hooked on my computer over there in the corner, so I don't know if I can. I mean, I can grab a guitar and I don't remember how the song goes.
We get filled with the vocals.
Thanks.
No, I feel like
the tiger is the thrill of the fight.
It would be a lot of work on the stream. I could do melody and everything else with my hands, but I can't like record. I mean, because you don't have that kind of time. I mean,
yeah. Phil could do the dud 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 dud. Yeah.
I want to know if Lawrence, after completing an album, being really happy and satisfied with it, run up those stairs.
Yeah. with his guitar, holding his guitar.
Do you just release online then, Lawrence?
Huh?
You just release your albums online?
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I write so much, because it's just kind of in me, I guess. I write so much, and I throw it out there, and a lot of times I don't even make an album. I just kind of throw it out there on YouTube. But if I decide to make an album, I just make one, and I just throw it out there, and I tell a bunch of people about it, and then that's it. You know, I don't make CDs. I actually have CDs. The label handled.
Right.
But
do you in your normal work life, do you do anything with music, or is it only in your private life you make music? You don't like work like making jingles or something like that? I mean, are you able to do anything musically professionally, or?
I never do. I would do it, but my personality type, I guess, probably gets in the way because I'm not one of those assertive people to say they pay me for this. You know, you got to do that if you're a musician and you want to turn it into a job. You really got to do that, and I've never been like that. You know, I take that from my dad. My dad's really bad at business.
Right, because there's what's that site now where you can like hire out your skills, like. I can't remember what it's called, and then you can just make a little thing. So you like people want someone to play a bit guitar or to do a jingle or make some kind of like I can't remember what the name of the site is. There, the people go on there and they do like I'm a voice artist that can be called you so and so. There's all these different tasks and jobs on there, and like it's something I don't know that you could probably do and say I'll write you a riff or I'll do this little jingle for your advert or sorry if that was anything worth pursuing.
Yeah, there's Fiverr does that. There's a place called Fiverr that does that, but the thing is, I actually signed up for that, and I got penalized because I might have wrote something wrong or something, and then they made it so I couldn't log in again.
Ah, okay.
So I didn't bother with it anymore because I hate it.
Right. Yeah, that's a shame.
There's a guy. There's a guy who does a similar thing to you, Lawrence. He's a one-man kind of technical shredder, and he's out of Washington. A guy called Jason Aaron Wood. I don't know if you've heard of this guy.
I don't think so.
No, he's a solo artist as well. Does like instrumental albums, also vocal albums. He's good friends with a radio station that I do, but he's out sort of that way and not too far from you. So yeah.
Where is he at?
He's in Washington, DC.
Where's he from?
He's from that area. I think he's originally from New Jersey. But he's living out that way. But he's got about 4 or 5 albums out. But yeah, he does a similar thing to you. More in a death metal vein actually, but still technical sort of guitar stuff. And he has a online thing called Shred Mentor. But
cool.
Yeah, but he's a cool guy.
I think I should message him or something. He's on Facebook. Can you say his name?
Yeah. It'll be on
Put it in the private chat. Can you do private chat, Elric?
No, I can't.
We're on there.
Oh no, can I? Oh yeah, I can.
I think so. I've got it in there. Can you see the private chat there?
Private chat, yeah.
Lawrence, is it?
Yeah,
Jason Aaron Wood, isn't it? Is it Jason Aaron Wood?
Jason Aaron Wood, yeah.
The D is broken on my keyboard. Yeah, the D is broken on my keyboard, so I put Jason Aaron Woo. If you can just put the D on yourself. Just for Jason Aaron Wood. Jason Aaron Wood was a guy in like Singapore. He doesn't. He's got nothing to do with guitar. He's completely different. Probably, I don't know.
He's a stockbroker.
Yeah, probably. Dear.
He's done like a flamenco album and all sorts. He does all sorts of stuff,
Yeah.
Good guy.
What if you've got the ability and you fancy an experiment and you do what you like? I mean, have you done any kind of experiment with different styles, Lawrence?
I was thinking about doing that, but I would have to. The thing is, it's really hard to learn. What's the problem? Just be there now. I'm going to answer the question. Sorry. I want to say that that. It is the case that like I do want to branch out and get into different styles, but where I live, like it's really hard to actually learn anything from anybody else because everybody else around here is not that good. I'm going to be honest with you, because it's a dead town. It's like there's no guitar virtuosos. I'm like probably one of maybe 2. The thing is, and then like people that play fast and all that, but I did think about doing that, and I thought about maybe taking lessons of people that play different styles online, or like maybe getting onto Lick Library. There's a thing called Lick Library you can learn whatever you want. I'm thinking about going on there and maybe learning some new stuff and like having like a pamphlet, like maybe getting a book and writing down all kinds of new things and soloing and improvising over things in different keys and different everything in order to branch out and try to improve on playing that I kind of, because I think when it comes down to the speed, no one's really asking for more than what I already deliver. I mean, like there's people out there faster than me, but no one's asking for that. You know what I mean? They're asking for like different things.
If it gets too fast, it loses any definition anyway, doesn't it? If it goes too fast.
Yeah, well, in a computer, it will probably. The thing is, like, people at a certain point, and I've been accused of this too. At a certain point, when you hear things that are extremely fast, you're like, that's fake. A computer did it.
Yeah.
You have no way of proving anybody that's not in front of you that you didn't do it fake, and then you didn't actually do it.
Has there ever been guitar duels? Guitar duels. I'm getting ideas like like rap battles or something like that, or like a violin duel against the devil kind of thing. Well, obviously not against the devil. The two guys from different towns coming and meeting up, trying to outplay each other. Guitar duels. Yeah, they need to be doing that. Yeah, I mean, is that not a thing? That should be a thing if it's not. You should
No, we still do all that. They're called shred wars.
Really? They do them?
Yeah, you know Jared Dines, right? You ever heard Jared Dines?
Nah.
Look up a guy. I'll type it in the chat here. I think his name is Jared Dines. You type in Jared Dines.
Jared Dines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a pretty big YouTuber. He does shred wars, and there's a lot of guys on there that come on. They play really fast. So many of them are really good. Some of them they can play extremely fast and everything, and extremely accurate. And he also does reaction videos, kind of like how you do reaction videos.
Yeah.
He did a reaction video on a Chinese guitar players. I think over in Asia they did like a really large Chinese collaboration of all these metal guitar players, and like the first two are extremely fast, and so they do that. And to answer the question, they do it. I've never been involved in it yet. I was thinking about putting together one.
That'd be
interesting. Jason Aaronwood's Facebook and his website as well. If you want to check him out.
You should call him out. You should say, I can play faster than you. You can have a face-off against him. We'll host it on this channel. We'll have a face-off.
The thing that sucks with me is like I have a hard time even warming up. Like I hardly ever play the guitar. I only when I record. I really don't even play unless I record. But it's all the practice that got me there. I never lost. I lose the speed probably, but I didn't lose the ability to actually play.
The technique. Yeah. It's interesting what you say about speed because it's not everything. I mean, there's a time and a place for fast playing, isn't there? But there's plenty of you get a lot more expression, and even with metal music and stuff like a lot more expression through more, how do you say, textured playing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Instead of how people put stuff, how it's put together and what suits the music. You know what I mean? Anybody can play fast. You know what I mean? Well, I can't. You know what I mean? But there's a million guitar players who can play fast, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not the be-all and end-all.
No, everything's about the song you're writing, the piece of music you're writing, isn't it? And what fits with it. The right instruments fit with it, the right style of guitar playing fits with it. You know what I mean? What makes a successful track?
Exactly.
It's not just nailing it at a million notes a second.
Yeah, what I try to do though for like a CD, I know nobody really listens to it yet. Maybe nobody knows me. So, but what I try to do is I try to make sure I squeeze all of it in there. You know what I mean? I try to find places where speed works and places where things, where I should play slower. You know what I mean? And I listen to my own stuff a lot. But I don't listen to my own stuff for the speed part of it because I already know what I did. I listen to my own stuff for the melody end of it. And I always go for what I like to listen to. You know what I mean? I don't try to do things I don't like to listen to. Otherwise, I'd sound like other. I would probably be a lot better if I did that, but I don't do
it. You should only play what you like.
Yeah, I only play what I like.
Yeah.
Is there any? Is there any new techniques that are like discovered or invented, or any new kind of like playing styles that someone comes up with and everyone goes, "Oh, that's good," and I'm going to start trying that one as well? Is that a thing that ever happens? Where somebody goes, I've discovered the H note or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many notes there are. Does it even go to H? I can't remember, but
it does not.
Exactly. That's why you can find the H note. You write your own checks. You know what I mean? You can.
It goes to G sharp. You're never going to find an H.
My old bass player, I had a bass player, and he had a band, like a band called something like the Search for the H Note or something like that. They were called. That's why it's stuck in my head. But are they like new techniques that guitarists kind of like innovate? Have you tried to innovate any new? I don't know, style.
You know what? I have an answer to that question. If you're asking me that, I have an answer to it, and it didn't work out very well. And I'll show you what it is.
Excellent.
Like dislocating your fingers or something like that, and go
slam him in the door first.
Are you familiar with a guitar player called Ron Thal?
No.
I have a Bumblefoot. His name's Bumblefoot.
Yes. Yeah, Bumblefoot, yeah.
Here we go.
I've heard the name.
Thimble.
Right.
Ron Thal. His name's Ron Thal. I'm trying to position the camera.
Oh, it's Ron Thal. Yeah, I knew he. Yeah, it's Bumblefoot. Yeah.
He uses the thimble on his picking hand to slide. See, the thing is, like, I go this way in the camera. I'm looking at the camera, but it's not.
Yeah, it's opposite.
Yeah. I'm watching myself. But when he plays like, he's playing the guitar and he'll like slide up and do all kinds of stuff with the thimble on his picking hand with his pinky, right?
That's interesting.
So you know what I did? I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. So I went to Walmart and I got a thimble. And now, of course, this thimble here is not rounded. This thimble is actually square. It's flat. You know what I mean? On the end. I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
And so it's flat on the end. The problem with it, though, like, isn't really the fact that it's flat like this. It's actually, I think, the pickups in my guitar. I have a very cheap guitar, the one that I used to play with. It's like a $200 guitar, and I think the pickups are like just really bad, So when I try to do like what he does, it loses sustain, and it just sounds like I hit my guitar like bink. It does that.
Well, you're making that your own there. You make that your own. It's like pretend you did it on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I tried with it, and even with the EMGs and everything else, like I have a better expensive guitar, but even with that, I think it's probably just maybe the type of thimble you might be using or whatever. It sounds like an effect when he does it.
Yeah.
And it's like a bucket head technique. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Affects it. Yeah.
You need to get a harmonica and like a pair of cymbals between your knees so you can bash them together at the same time.
Some guitar players actually use their thumb nowadays. They put their thumb up.
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not very many of them, but some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be something new, isn't there? Like, you think everything's been done, and then
that's what I was asking.
Comes along and does something.
I think a lot of people think the world ended when Eddie Van Halen came along and did all this tapping stuff and that, and that was it.
Yeah.
I think it's the amount of creativity.
I don't any inbred people with 6 fingers who got like a fucking they've got like a foot up against everybody else kind of thing. Look at my extra fingers. Look what I can do.
Yeah.
You can't do this. It's like, well, I don't have that finger. I can't tell you this. No shit.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
But the guy, the first person to happen, Eddie Van Halen. It was the guy from Genesis.
Well, I think it was maybe Van Halen brought it in on the sort of the metal side of things. Because he used the pedals at the same time, didn't he? To get that boo, boo, boo sort of noise, didn't he? You know what I mean? And
it was, I've forgotten his name from Genesis, but he was doing
Mike Rutherford or Steve Steve Hackett.
Steve Hackett,
Steve Hackett,
and it was just ease of movement.
Yeah,
all the faster stuff. That's why he did it. Yeah,
so,
interesting.
It's old hat now, isn't it? That.
Yeah.
So, who are your favourite players then, Lawrence? Who do you like to listen to, guitar player wise?
Who's your influences?
Well, there's a lot of guitar players that sound like they sound really great. The metal guitar players, like Andy James, you know that guy?
We were terrible with names today. Andy James.
Shocking.
Well, we don't know like guitar like shredders like kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like more people who are in bands, really.
Oh, you're talking about bands? Okay, so
no, whatever. Like,
whoever, who influences you? Yeah.
Who's influenced you?
But we just say that we don't know the people who do that, the solo shredding kind of thing. We're not that familiar with that world kind of thing. That's more we were saying.
Okay, yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
I can't do solos.
When it comes down to bands, I would say there's like, you obviously know Children of Bodom, right?
Yeah. Children of Bodom,
yeah. I would say that they like when it came down to like how I learned and everything. I'll illustrate. I'll make it quick. I started with Metallica.
Yeah.
And that was like my main thing. I was trying to get good enough to play Metallica solos and stuff like that. And then after Metallica, I got into Yngwie Malmsteen. And but I don't sound anything like him because I don't hear music in that classical way. It just doesn't. For some reason, I don't hear it like that. Like I really love certain things that are classical, but I'm not really like my mind doesn't go there, And then I got into Children of Bodom, and when it comes down to vocal stuff, after that, I think I started getting into some. Actually, what happened at that point? I met a guy who I got in the band with, and he played black metal, like underground black metal stuff. Probably one of the most famous bands that he even listened to was probably Emperor, And he got into like Sargeist and Horna and Burzum. Some of these, right?
Pretty intense stuff.
Yeah. Like they're underground stuff, but he dug so far down that he got into to people that you never heard of that had regular day jobs who hardly ever even played music as a real life like an income. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like people that took out the trash and nobody knew. You know what I mean? Like you listen to that, and they had basement recordings and everything. And I got into a band with that guy, and I basically took all the knowledge from like Metallica and Yngwie and Children of Bodom and like Racer X and then the shredding kind of thing. And I implemented that with the black metal stuff. And then we formed a band called Shadows in the Crypt, actually. And then we also formed another band called Serpent of Woe, the same members, but just the different writers. So like he would write all the songs for the one band, I would write all the songs for the other band. And together we had separate session musicians. Like he would have a different drummer, I had a different drummer, and a different bass player, different singer. And we all basically, like, between the two of us, we ended up writing like a library of music, a ton of music with the black metal.
Ever released on at all any of the music?
Is it released? Yeah, it's you ever hear of Horror, Pain, Gore, Death? It's a label.
No. Have you, Gray?
Don't think so. No, doesn't. The Harbinger of Death, is it? Harbinger.
Yeah, Horror, Pain. It's HP. Horror, Pain, Gore, Death. HPGD Records.
Okay.
Oh, Horror, Pain, Gore, Death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played them all the time on my show. I don't know, for some reason when you said it.
I knew Graham would know.
Oh, you were saying Harbinger Death. I thought you were saying Harbinger Death. Horror, Pain, God, Death. Yeah. They do a sample, like 3 samples. I play, like, you can download them for nothing. They've got like 3 of them out so far. And like I play them, like I think I've got a couple on this week's show and a couple on next week's show. So I sort of play the whole album kind of thing because it's a free download.
So played Lawrence's old band without you even knowing.
May have done. What's the band called, sorry?
They're called. One of them is called Shadows on the Crypt.
I don't remember the name, but I don't. Yeah, I'm not going into. They got so many names. I'm gonna look. What I could do, I just go into my blog.
And there's another one. I'm typing them in the little chat here. There's another one.
Shadows in the Crypt.
Yeah, those are the names of the bands, and we put them out back in like 2012.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
There's Beyond the Grave from 2011. There's that one.
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
And then Cryptic.
Cryptic Communications.
Yeah, from 2012. Yeah.
Huh?
Cool. Yeah, and I've done a search on my blog. That doesn't come up. So I think the samples are more recent. So the samplers are more recent than 2012. So yeah, but yeah, they're cool. Horror, Pain, Gore, Death records are pretty cool.
So yeah, but you're not really sort of playing sort of the black metal style much nowadays, though.
I still do it.
Yeah.
What happens is this. It's like I don't actually play that kind of style that much, really. But I mean, like I still work with Steve a little bit. That's the other guy. So we still do the Serpent of Woe thing. But inside of my solo stuff, when I hear blast beats and stuff, once in a while the black metal thing does creep in, but it doesn't stay long. It's like something to kind of reach for the next thing. So it'll be there for a little bit, and then it turns into like a chorus or something. You know?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That
That's
makes
interesting. It's funny because I'm more of a, well, Graham would say more of a power metal mainstream sort of guy, but I have a bit of a thing for black metal, and I find it's bizarre how it crosses over.
It does
into power metal, and the other thing I find it crosses over into as well is into some dance music as well. You know, with the beat and that sort of stuff, and some of the dance music can be really quite heavy. Some of these techno sort of, and it's like this sort of hybrid thing. Black metal in a way sits between it. It's very strict. Well, that's how it works in my head anyway. You know what I mean? So, but as warped as my head may be, but it's a strange thing because I find quite a lot of, like I say, a lot of melody in black metal for some reason.
There is.
You know, with the chord changes and all that.
Harsh melody, though. It's like
you're right. That's the better.
It's like it's played so fast and so harsh, but like I don't know, kind of that all kind of melds into one sound. So it might be, but then when it sort of you hear it more like I don't know, there's a different kind of
when he goes up the chord scale or whatever, and you think, but it's not as black as it wants to be, sort of thing. You know what I mean? I find it quite like that.
You got a band like Ulver, who's sort of into sort of like dance. Like as soon as you said that, I thought Ulver. It's sort of like dabble in that sort of thing.
So that's just my take on it. You know, and it's like you said, Lawrence. It's sort of this crossover, and then sometimes it comes back into your head,
right?
and you do something with it. You know what I mean? Oh, I'll take that bit, or you'll ignore it. You know what I mean? But that'll fit in really well with that bit. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
It's surprising.
I'm gonna go back in the other room real quick. I'm still here. I'll be back in like 1 minute. All right.
Okay. No worries, mate. No worries. I'm still waiting. I've got 5 minutes. I'm gonna get my other beer in 5 minutes. Talking about black metal, you know, like you ever sort of sitting there or doing something, you think you're gonna hear music in the distance, you think, I can hear some fucking music. I'm sure I can hear some black metal. And it turns out to be the pipes or something. The pipes are making a noise. But something about it sounds like it sounds like black metal in the distance kind of thing. You hear that going, like you know. The high just like
that's really cool. That awesome.
It's the missus running a bath.
Do you not have that? Is it only me that has that?
I know what you're saying. It's probably the only music where you could make that mistake.
Well, yeah, maybe.
That's maybe. That's awesome sounding. Missus running a bath.
It's got some. The pipes have got some like crazy blast beat thing going on.
It's just kind of like I don't know. This is the sound of the shrilling guitars or something like that. But it doesn't sound like it's proper. But it's just like, can I hear black metal? You can hear like a whatever fucking noise pipes make, and you're like, I know. I think it's the pipes. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's
sounded good though.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think it's just because you fucking listen to it too much. It's just like the white noise. You kind of make, I suppose, any kind of white noise or ambient noise. You start like making your own images. You start making your own thoughts about it. You know, your own images. It's like when you see a shape in the dark and you see a coat and it looks like a person. I suppose if you hear like a sound and you kind of like make something of it which you're familiar with, kind of thing. I don't know, that kind of. That's what I imagine. Fuck knows. I'm just babbling. I'm babbling, waiting for my next beer. That's what I'm doing.
You 3 minutes and counting.
I got 3 minutes to my next beer. How many beers do you get tonight, El?
Well, I got 4, but yeah,
shocking,
I probably won't have 4.
I might have to help you with that last one then, mate.
I have drunk 2 already.
Yeah.
I'm terrible, I'll drink 3 beers and I'll feel like shit tomorrow. You used to be like that.
No, you're quite lightweight in the morning. I was going to say.
I'm lightweight in the morning, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm all right, sometimes I'm not, you know.
Yeah.
All good.
My arm stopped hurting now for my COVID injection.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Had that yesterday.
Yeah.
No side effects.
No, okay, I did. I was fucked.
Yeah.
The only thing I got is that just the pain from there.
Yeah. What did ache, didn't it? But I was really tired.
I didn't get any ache in my arm. I didn't get any ache in my arm at all, really.
Yeah,
both yours, Phil.
Still kind of there, but
I had my second one on Wednesday.
All right. Any effect?
I'm that old, you see.
Yeah.
probably why
I just felt tired. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
A bit lethargic, you know what I mean? But nothing.
I was a bit tired after I had it done, but then afterwards I was like, oh, I'm fine now.
So you've not been magnetising anything then, Phil, with your second jab?
No, I get a really good phone reception. I get a really good phone reception. The Wi-Fi is tremendous.
A young guy like you, Jake, you should have got a lollipop with your jab, shouldn't you?
Sugar cube.
All I asked was what I got then. Do I get a sticker? Yes, you get a sticker.
You're a very brave young man. Here's a sticker for you.
I'm 29, you prick.
We're talking COVID jabs, Lawrence.
Yeah. You probably have both yours, ain't you, Lawrence? They're really quick between the first and second jabs, aren't they, in America?
Well,
we have to wait like a couple of months.
Frozen Soul, they're from Texas. They both got all of them got their double jabs now.
Are we talking about the Corona thing or what?
Yeah.
I had my first yesterday.
I cannot wait to get back on stage. I'm so fucking sick of it.
Yeah. Hey, man, I've missed gigs like you'd never believe it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm ready to jump out there and be like, yo, live in the fuck up. You know,
scream for me, King of Prussia.
Yeah.
right.
It would be me at gigs. Show me a fucking pet.
So you play live then as a one man sort of band? You do play live?
I have done that, but what I do is I take a practice amp. When I play live myself, I do the one-man band thing.
Yeah.
I take the backing tracks of the songs that I have, and I set them on my iPod, and I take all the lead guitar out of the track, but just have the rhythm and the drums.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I put them on one amp, and they're just practice amps. They're tiny little things like this big. And the house speakers, they'll mic it and they'll throw it through the house speakers.
Yeah.
I'll put on my other practice amp, which is also like a little bit bigger maybe. And I'll just turn my favorite tone on and I'll just play to the track, So, and then I'll ask the crowd how it is, and I never get a bad response. Nobody ever, even if you suck, they're not going to boo you,
Yeah, a lot of one-man bands do that kind of thing at the back.
Yeah.
Now, talking about backing tracks, I went to see Dragon Force play once.
Oh, God.
Their drummer had broken his elbow.
Oh.
They played, this is the beer keller in Bristol, and they played with no drummer, with a laptop with the drum track on. And every song they had to go on it. Old Herman had to get the mouse out and whatever.
Yeah, they can do it. They can do it and get away with it. I should be able to do it.
And that's the skills of being a musician, I suppose, isn't it? You'll be able to adapt and deal with that, you know what I mean? He played the gig the night before, broke his elbow. Next night in Bristol, they're playing with his laptop.
They probably went through that. The manager and everybody else, they're probably like, man, we got some trouble here.
Yeah. Why the hell are they going to sort this out?
24 hours, man. We got to figure this shit out. And they probably were like, all right.
Did you go to that Bloodstock gig where Primordial did the instrumental set?
Oh, yes, when Alan lost his voice.
Yeah. After about one song, his voice just completely went, and they were like, well, we can't stop. We'll just play an instrumental set, which I thought was
I think the guitar player sang something, didn't he?
Yeah.
But they played 45 minutes instrumental. So they're like third on the bill. You know what I mean? They're like just a special guest.
No one.
Yeah.
I saw Defeated Sanity in Slovakia back in 2015. They didn't have a vocalist. They just did an instrumental set.
Well,
but then one of my favorites came on. I'm thinking I should just try and sneak on the stage and sing that song. And I was like, no.
Funnily enough, I've seen a few bands do that. I saw Obituary in Grasspot once, and Ralph Santola, rest in peace, had missed the plane. He'd missed the plane with him because he lives in Bogota in Colombia. That's where he's from. Yeah. And he'd missed the plane to Europe, and I think Grasspot was the first show they were playing. And so they just played no guitar solos whatsoever because Trevor Perez is not the... He's a great rhythm guitar player. He ain't the best soloer at all. So they just played the whole show. There's Steve DiGiorgio on bass, Trevor on guitar, obviously the Tardy Boys, and they just played with no guitar solos.
You know what?
Very peculiar, but Obituary could carry it off because it's that sort of sludgy death metal, isn't it? You know what I mean? That Florida sound, isn't it? You know?
I have to admit, I think it'd be arguably cooler.
Yeah.
Actually, Obituary just sludging away with no solos. Yeah.
So,
any love for Alice? Werewolf is asking. Does he mean Cooper? Do you reckon?
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains could be. I think I'm for Alice Cooper to Alice in Chains personally.
I love a bit of Alice in Chains. I don't mind a bit of Alice Cooper.
Yeah. He was really good at Bloodstock. Alice. He was really good.
He was there that year. It was fucking brilliant.
So what other bands do you listen to, Lawrence?
Oh man, I don't really think I listen to very much bands. No. But I, like some of the bands I mentioned before, I like.
Children of Bodom.
Yeah, like I'm not really. It's weird. I don't listen to many people play. I kind of listen to music in my mind. It's always there. Like it always just goes and goes. That's why I write so much.
Yeah.
I'm more of somebody who just puts it out than I am.
I don't enough hours in the day to listen to everything and then play everything either, is there?
So it's the opposite, right? The opposite. So it's like, so like I take it in more.
Yeah.
Or actually, no. Like I push it out more and I take it in less. So it's like the music comes from here. And it always wants to go. I always want to take something and go with it. Yeah. I hardly ever listen to anything. Like I said, I'd be a lot better musician if I did listen. It sucks.
Yeah, it's natural. Or natural.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I did a one-man band show back in 2016 at the Griffin with a mate of mine. All one-man bands. The furthest one-man band we had was from the Netherlands.
Oh, wicked! That's cool. So you had a whole like gig with one man acts.
One man band, all lucky. It's just simple.
That's interesting. It's surprising. You look on YouTube, Lawrence, and there's a lot of guys do your sort of thing, isn't there? There's surprising amount of people who do it.
I can't hear you.
I say you see it on YouTube a lot. There's a surprising amount of people who do what you do. Who produce their own music, isn't they? You know, and we're talking producing their music from beginning to end. You know what I mean? It's not just shredding on a guitar and a video. It's actually producing music with drums and all sorts with everything.
It's easy now, isn't it? It's so much technology that you can do. People can do it for themselves now, right?
I should probably start doing something a little more than I am doing. I think with YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to do some more stuff on YouTube. Get your name out there some more. Get people to discover you from YouTube and then check out your music. It's a good tool for, like, if you've got something to show people, it's a good tool to get people to go and check it out, kind of thing. Like doing like covers and that kind of thing, like playthroughs of other people, that more like famous stuff, and say that while you're listening, if you like this, check out my own stuff, that kind of thing. Put your Bandcamp links and all that.
You're playing covers. Listen to my stuff.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to try, does it? So, any advertising's good, I suppose.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah.
Anyway, got a question from the chat here.
Would the panel rather be a teenager in their 50s or 60s?
It's a strange question, but that's Werewolf by Lunchtime for you.
All right.
Probably 60s because you had Beatles and
free love, mate. Free love. I'm all about the free love. Yeah. I'm all about the free love.
But 50 you had rock and roll. It was the decade of the teenager, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll say the 60s.
That's quite a difficult one.
I'll say the 60s. I can go to Woodstock.
Yeah.
Hendrix.
Yeah, I'd pick 60s definitely.
Free love. I'm fed up paying for it. So free love would be nice.
My parents were teenagers in the 60s, so
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably the 60s, I suppose, for me, I think.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say the 50s. I haven't had short hair in such a long time, so no.
I like the music of the 50s. I'd like to have seen.
You're quite into rock and roll stuff, aren't you?
Yeah,
I like some music from the 50s as well. So
yeah. But I suppose it was more rebellious in them days, wasn't it? And I don't know. I suppose the parents in the 60s were just as against their kids as the parents in the 50s. I think the parents in the 50s probably gave more.
Elvis, everyone was like, "Oh, he's doing a show. Keep him away."
Yeah, exactly. Elvis the pelvis and his disgusting, decadent dancing or whatever it was.
That's the Ed Sullivan show, wasn't it? Where they weren't allowed to film him from the waist downwards.
So,
Thank you much.
Could you imagine what those people would think of the fucking some of the pop acts, just like fucking supposedly like kid-friendly pop acts, waving their
Christina
fucking
Aguilera
and people's faces. I don't know what they get up to, but yeah, it's like,
oh, there's a role model for your kids. What's this artist? She's shaking her booty.
Yeah.
I couldn't answer that question. 50s and 60s thing, because I never was born or raised around that time. I didn't know nothing about the 50s or the 60s.
I didn't know nothing about it. I heard a lot of music.
I'll tell you this: like my health is bad enough to where I would choose whatever is the closest to the future.
Yeah. Right.
I love the music from the late 60s.
That's what I mean. Like,
there's quite a lot of guitar innovation in the 50s, wasn't there? Like B.B. King and all that kind of thing made new kind of guitars.
The Kinks were famous, weren't they? For creating a fuzz sound, weren't they? Because
by accident.
Torn amplifier cones, speaker cones, wasn't it?
Link Ray, didn't Link Ray invent the power chord or something like that? Was it Link Ray?
One or something like that. Yeah, he invented the power chord. Ike Turner is arguably credited with the first ever distorted guitar when he dropped his amp. He took the amp out of the van and it dropped onto the floor. And when it dropped 88,
you can't really call that creating, though, can you? Surely you can't credit that. He discovered it. He discovered it maybe by accident. Yeah. It's not quite on par with penicillin or whatever other thing we discovered by accident. It
wasn't until the Marshall amp come along where you could actually create distortion. Before that you had to invent the distortion by doing things.
Yeah.
But then obviously Marshall amp
apparently you've promised a Q&A session about Tony, Orlando and Dawn, whoever the heck that is, Elric. Do you know anything about that?
Mad Musings being weird.
It's one of his. Yeah, it's like you got Mag Musings, then we get Will for lunchtime coming here and trying to outdo each other for silly things to say. I've no idea who Tony or
what was that weird guy that kept I can't remember, going on about how thin I am and. That's not. No, he's Is it dude with a bandana? He comes to my channel quite a lot. He's not into metal though. He kept going on about you having skinny arms, isn't he? He wrote you a poem about your skinny arms.
How bizarre. How truly strange.
Elric, your arms are so skinny. They are like
weird. You have some weird on your channel, so I can say.
Yeah.
But they're nice. Don't go away. Don't go away. We like you.
Yeah, no, it's true. Werewolf saying he thinks I Feel Fine by the Beatles, the first feedback record, 1966. I don't know. No, I am not a historian.
I'm not a historian.
The Beatles are credited with the first feedback. It's the beginning of a song, and it was an accident. He strummed a chord, and he accidentally got it fed back. And back then they used Fox amps. Marshall wasn't invented. I'm trying to think the song, but yeah, it's an early Beatles song, and the beginning is go boing and it feeds back, and it was accidental and it's considered the first feedback.
Down somewhere.
I'm trying to think what the song is.
Hey Kay.
I like that rock down.
I think it's a Day Tripper. I think it might be the beginning of Day Tripper, but I'm not sure.
That makes me think of Rock Down Samurai style. What's that band I really like? Hellfire, Hellborn, Hellhound. Hellhound from Japan. They're fucking awesome. Do you know Hellhound?
Yeah.
Really cool. totally over the top like heavy metal band from Japan. There's one album like I think got 8 songs and like 5 of them say heavy metal in the title of the songs. You know, that kind of like over the top heavy metal, like heavy metal thunder, heavy metal highway, heavy metal education, something like that.
Heavy metal education.
Sorry, I might have made that one up, but it's like
it's the heavy version of Rock School.
No, they're really good though. They're really cool. It's like totally over the top like heavy metal. There's a song, got a really cool song called Metal Psycho, which is it's one of those bands I kind of discovered like from I don't know maybe on YouTube or something like that, and I really got into them. And like most people don't even know them. I'm sure everyone has a few bands like that where like you think I know this band. I'm pretty sure like this band I wear, and then like possibly a few people know them. Visceral Evisceration. I swear I've never seen anyone else ever wearing a Visceral Evisceration shirt. And like I found it like in London. I was like, well pleased. But they had one album. I actually interviewed him in my fanzine back in '93 or something like that. But they're not a very well known band. But there's loads of
Graham, you know thousands of bands that no one's heard of.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure everyone must have that though. Everyone must have a band. You discover them. Yeah, you think does anyone else know this band?
No one in my group of friends knows. I was like, who the fuck's this band? It's like, oh, this band. And it's like, who the fuck? Who? I
think this might be Phil's favourite band that he's talking about. Is this your favourite band?
Oh, shocking.
Horrible.
Heavy metal.
I saw them download 2016. I enjoyed them, but I don't really listen to their music very much. So.
Trevor likes baby metal. You guys all know Trevor. But no one's right now. Jake won't know. But Trevor, my mate Trev, he likes baby metal. He's going to see him now. Trev Aiton, yeah.
I just listen to more death metal, black metal.
There's some talent out there in Japan, though.
Loads. Shitloads.
Yeah.
But they kind of like...
There's a really good girl band. We've had them at Bloodstock called Love Bites. Japanese girl band. They're very, very talented. Really good.
Yeah,
but
they look like pop musicians, don't they? The way they look, when they play metal.
It all has this sort of. It's like anything to do with Japan. It has this sort of like vague sort of hentai porn sort of vibe about it. You know what I mean? It's all a little bit, a bit risque, a bit odd. You know what I mean? Which is Japan all over, isn't it?
That or something really.
Because they're all dressed up in little short skirts, all in the same outfit, like. They look a bit like they should be schoolgirls, and it's all a bit.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it?
It's a bit awkward.
It's like that, or something really violent.
Or something really violent. Yeah, it's true.
Have you seen any of their films?
Yeah,
really violent.
Japan is bonkers anyway, isn't it? Japan is just crazy fucking place. Like,
I've never been. My brother's been.
I've never been. I'd like to go. Have you ever been, Lawrence?
My brother's been
to Japan.
Nope. No, I'm very surprised that like I didn't do a lot of things that I should. Like when I started working at the airport 16 years ago, and I still work there.
Yeah.
I've only been out of the country twice.
No, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's more than most Americans though. Most Americans don't have a passport. Is this true?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but I know that I have one.
Good for you.
That might be a bit of a cliche, isn't it?
It's such a big country, though, isn't it? That you could always just go to another part of America, couldn't you?
And also, you go from one end of the country to the other. It looks completely different. Completely different, isn't it? You know, so you go from New England to California.
So, like I have
different climate.
Anywhere I want.
Yeah.
But I haven't been. Like I'm just like one of the problems with me, and I will say this is like a fault of mine, is like. I don't branch out because my mind probably doesn't like travel into areas where I say, okay, well, what about this? You know, does it make sense? I mean,
Probably most people.
What about this? Like, I'm so focused on down here. It's like Earth here, home here, everything here.
Yeah.
And so I'm not focused. I'm not daydreaming about what it might be like in Europe right now.
Yeah.
It might be like in China or something like that.
No.
And it would benefit me, I think, in some ways if it was like that. But I'm not. For some reason, I'm so introverted and so
driven on what you're doing. Yeah.
Just like part of my mind is just.
Yeah, I got
myself. I'm trying to like.
But the thing is, though, Lawrence, it's not a bad thing because a lot of people who excel at what they do have to have that driven sort of attitude to be able to do what they have to do.
Yeah,
and
that's part of my problem. I know I have a lot of potential, but I'm very
it's just who you are as a person.
I can't change it. It's like I have ADHD on top of it.
Yeah,
we are who we are. It's as simple as that.
He became one of my mates when I met him through another mate of mine. He's quite a recluse. He doesn't really go out much. He only goes out when he's meeting up with me and a bunch of others. That's about it.
Yeah, I try to do a little more than that. One man.
Yeah.
You gotta throw something.
I loved it when I was out in America. Like,
I've been to.
Just wanted to go back there again, you know.
Yeah, I've been to Florida 6 times, in New York once, and that was it.
Yeah,
right. I don't want to go. I don't want to travel again. I don't want to do any traveling.
Yeah, I haven't did it, Craig, really.
No, I've been a couple of places in the past, like, but I really don't. I'm not even bothered about going on holiday or anything like that.
The places most of us go, like Spain or Greece or something like that. You go like Sweden. I would go to Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, and places like that.
There's some far more interesting places and holiday resorts. Good grief.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, some mate will probably ask me. Someone will say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lads' holiday in Mallorca or something." Like, that's not for me.
Yeah,
no, me neither. Really.
We had a lads. Me and my mate went on a lads' holiday to D-Day Beaches. That was brilliant.
Right. Historical.
Yeah, in a camper van. We did it in a camper van. Grey was brilliant.
Cool.
What was that?
Yeah, great vibe.
We went on a holiday where the D-Day landings were, like kind of historical trail.
That's something I would do.
Yeah.
Not go to clubs every night and get
Nah.
do that. Thank you.
The most rateable thing about that was we went to Hellfest the weekend before, and went to Grasspop the weekend after, and they did the history thing in the middle for a week.
Ooh,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing like the festivals, like retiring, getting a big Winnebago. Like my brother spoken about doing that before. And so you actually.
How is your brother? I've met your brother. I've met your brother a couple of times. How is he?
Yeah, at Bristow. He come down with his kid one time, didn't he?
That's
right.
That's
right. There. That's all right. Yeah, he's all right. He's not too bad. He's had a bit of a dodgy ticker, so he's had a bit of trouble with work because he drives buses. So he's had a couple of times he's been laid off the buses because he needs to get his rhythm back on his heart, I think.
Yeah.
But I think he's back on them again now. But yeah, he's surviving like we all are.
That's just me. I'd rather go somewhere, see historical sites, than just chilling out on the beach, getting fucking sunburnt.
Yeah,
that's boring as hell.
Yeah, I do like the sea though. I do like a beach in the sea. I do like swimming in the sea. And
I went to Sweden in 2019 before the Scandinavia Death Fest happened, and we just wandered around Stockholm. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
There's some great places out there in the world to go and see.
Yeah. Well, I used to go to Spain a lot.
Holiday, yeah.
That was cool. Sake, come on.
Yeah.
I rather see scenery. You know, I'm similar.
Anyway, I'm
scenery, history.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
I'm out of here.
Okay, dude.
It's been super to see you all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, come back anytime.
He's coming in now.
Come back anytime, man. Come back anytime.
I'm off. No, I'm going, Lawrence. I've got to get up in the morning. So look after yourselves, guys. All right.
You're driving trains tomorrow, are you?
Yeah.
Driving. Yeah. All right. Be safe, man. Be safe.
Yeah. Look after yourselves.
I got to give this room up too, so I probably got to drop also.
Oh, no worries, mate. No worries. We're really going to go for about another half hour anyway.
Yeah.
He likes
got half a beer to go. I was going to play another video. I uploaded this death metal from Argentina. My mate Roy. This is his track Mandragora. Mandragora. I can't remember the song's called now. And it's cut off on the bloody description. Life something or other. Let's have a look. Where's the bloody
Life something or other?
My bloody computer's been a right pain recently. It keeps opening up every single window. When I click on a window, it opens all the folders in it. I don't want it to fucking open them all. I just want it to fucking go to that without opening them all up. It's a real pain in the ass.
Folder.
Yeah, right. It's called Life Without Soul. This track. So let's go.
Cool.
All right, then. That was my mates from Argentina. That was Mandragora. I forgot the name of the song again. Life something.
Life
something
Without Soul.
That was the one.
Life
That
Without
was the one.
Well
That
done.
was the one. Life without memory is a lot harder than life without soul. I've got to say that.
Graham without memory.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, dear.
I recognised the zombie at the end of the video from Resident Evil.
Oh,
is
cool.
it? Oh, right.
Resident Evil remake. I recognised. I just saw it. I was like, Resident Evil.
You got any gigs starting in your neck of the woods soon, Lawrence? Anything announced? Or you still locked down?
I really hope so. I have actually got my amps ready for it, but I have a PV Viper over here and a practice amp ready to go. But like, I have to like scout around to see if places are opening up. I'm gonna start with open mic nights. I really hope so. I hate sitting around.
Yeah,
it's boring as fuck.
I can't wait to get back on stage.
Yeah.
It's so just
Everyone's saying that.
I can't wait to see bands again. Just can't wait to see music.
Bands can't wait to play. I say this near every show we've done. Like, I think like the first few like shows could be some of the best shows you'll ever see because people are so desperate to see bands and bands are so desperate to play. It's going to be probably quite intense.
Yeah, it's like getting out of jail or something. Or it's like
exactly.
COVID's the warrant.
But I want it to be a proper show.
Yeah, COVID's the warden of all the prisoners.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. It's got to be a proper show where you haven't got to, isolate and only a few people can come in. There's got to be a proper show.
Yeah.
Because we got the first one on the 16th, haven't we? Like in London. Right, but 5 is it next weekend? I think it's 16th. It's Wednesday, isn't it? Wednesday midweek one, and it's all seated. It's all seated.
Yeah,
like
it's not a proper show. It's a show. It's a band, but it's like Although them sort of bands are sitting down and listening type bands in a way, aren't they? They're
kind of like atmospheric blackmail, weren't they? So yeah, I think they were
sludgy stuff, But yeah, I don't know. But I don't really want to sort of venture out anyway until I get my second jab, and the rates are going up again in fucking UK, aren't they?
Yeah, so
I have heard that
festivals won't happen again.
Yeah. So like, I don't really want to venture out to get my second jab. So which would be July.
I've been sent like the notice to book my second jab. But it's only been 2 months since the first one, so you got to wait like another. So I'm waiting for another month before I book the third one, the second one.
Yeah, I already booked it on the day.
I
booked both my jabs.
They didn't get that option. I never got that option. It's weird that the system's working, isn't it?
One's at the end of August. The second one's at the end of August.
You booked both yours at the same time as well. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Didn't get that option. Also, you can't book in advance either, because I could book now for the month's time, but it won't let you do that. You like literally when I go onto the site, you can book the next day and the day after, and that's it. You can't book any further in advance.
My mate's brother booked both his jabs. He's got both his first and second. So his first one's 14th of June, and his next one's like 30th of August.
I don't understand. Some places let you do it like that.
It might depend on the area in the UK. Who knows?
That's not 3 months. That's not 12 weeks, though, is it?
No, because
June and August, it's only 2 months.
Pfizer, so I only got to wait 2 months to get my next one.
Oh, is it a different period between for the different?
Because if you have AstraZeneca, you got to wait 3 months.
Right.
Yeah. Which I did. Before I got. Yeah,
I got AstraZeneca.
I got
as well.
Pfizer, so I only got to wait 2 months.
Oh, okay. Right. That's the old one,
which is actually good, because if it was longer than that, I'm like, okay.
Can anyone think of any death metal love songs?
Does I Come Blood count?
Yeah,
I don't think so. There's a band. I think there's a band. I always get this band confused. I always say it's Resurrection, but I don't think it is Resurrected. Resurrected. I don't think there's this one. I don't think it's quite a love song. It's called That Cunt's Name Was Heather. I don't think that was a love song. I I think that was maybe a song where they weren't quite as
well, I mean, Slayer did Sex Murder Art, I think. Right?
I don't think I don't think they're a love song. I
don't think there's that many death metal love songs. That's the thing.
There's bounds.
Well, if there is, it's Twisted Love. Twisted Love in a death metal song. It's like,
I gotta be honest though, that band, like, their guitar players are terrible. Slayer.
The soloing is definitely kind of like just throw your fingers quickly over the fretboard type.
I
love it though. I love the crazy sort of solos.
I know what they're doing. They're just trying to hit a lot of notes really fast, and it doesn't matter what they hit. And they're turning the amps up really loud. They turn the amps up really loud, and they're like.
I just like the intensity anyway. The intensity. I don't necessarily care about the technique. It's the intensity that does it for me.
That's what they're going for. They're going for crazy. They're going for crazy. They're not going for good.
Listen to
but like the thing is, like I heard it when I was a kid, and I liked it. I was like, this is cool. But then, like, as I learned to play guitar, I turned it on again, and I'm like, what are they doing?
Well, that's interesting to get like a good guitar player's like angle on it.
Yeah, but like, I knew that about everyone knows that about Slayer. Like, you know. Although there are a few solos that
terrible.
They
suck.
It doesn't go crazy on their solos like most.
But it just goes to show you, though, you haven't got to be the most proficient player. As long as you either like you write the songs that catch people's imagination, or the energy sometimes can get you along. But it's like we're saying when we're talking about Lars Ulrich earlier on. A lot of people say he's not the greatest drummer, but like Elric was sticking up for him. I think Ulrich. I think there's some kind of connection there. So Elric felt he had to stick up for him.
Drummer, but he doesn't sound bad to me. But that's of course like it's coming from a guitar player. Like I can't. Like you were just talking about. Like you have to to get the perspective of somebody who knows what they're talking about. You know, as a listener, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like Lars Ulrich, I don't mind him. I think he's good, but some people might not say so.
I think when you talk about Slayer's solo in it, there are some solos that do have sort of memorable actual tunes. Like I like the solo in Antichrist.
Yeah,
there are some solos where there is melody and South of Heaven, maybe a little bit on that.
I'm not I agree. I agree what you're talking about. Like, they're not. I'm not saying that they're all absolutely terrible. What I'm saying is like when I listen to them. It's clear that the main objective is to be crazy, but not, it's not about melody. It's not about harmony. None of that. It's just about to be wild,
Yeah. You can hear it.
Right.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing, though.
The goal is there. The goal is there, and the average person hears it, and the average person loves it. I used to love it. When I became a musician, I went back to it. I'm like, good God.
It's kind of a weird thing. Like you've become so like proficient with what you do that you coloured your impression of stuff that you previously liked. So you don't feel that you can like enjoy it because of what you know about guitar playing now.
Because you learn better. You learn better, you know better, and you're like, this is a mess. But in reality, the average person doesn't know. You know what I mean? The average person doesn't know.
No, of course not.
And the guitar players themselves, they know the average person doesn't know.
Yeah.
So they just run wild with it. They make it bad.
It's just an average person that's they don't think it's a musician. It's like, and then the musician comes like, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah. And I became that. Like, and I criticize not only them, but also like the guitar player. You remember Michael J. Fox did something in Back to the Future when he became
Yes.
Yeah, I used to like that. I also used to like the Bill and Ted thing with George Carlin. He used to play. Remember that?
Wild Stallions.
Yeah.
George
Carlin.
Be excellent to everyone.
They're like, Rufus, do you play guitar? He's like, I play a little, and he's supposed to play amazing.
Yeah.
And it sounds amazing when you don't play, but when you do play and you do well, you listen to it and you're like,
That is amazing.
You know what? Like, it's not all that great. I could shred this guy under the table.
So what other guitarists are feigning it in then? in your opinion? Like, what other bands and guitarists are kind of feigning it in, like Slayer? Then, is there any others you think, they're not that good, really?
Fuck.
Well, actually, no. Slayer just is one of those bands that really
stands out. Yeah,
they stand out for what they're trying to do. And like I'm saying before, like I said before, is like I'm not trying to shit on them for what they do. I really do think that they do a great job of being crazy and wild and everything. Yeah. But it's not. But it does not. It doesn't fit the bill for like for like shredding, like, or in the sense that I understand, like when you do the fast stuff, you got to hit the notes. You don't just make noise. They make noise. And they make a lot of crazy noise. They do it right, and I'm not going to.
Intensity over technique.
Yes,
I can get down with that.
And it is an art. It is a form of art, and I'm not going to shit on it. I think that what they do is cool for what they're trying to do, but I wouldn't do it that way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I would say Nevermore is like an advanced version of them. Like Jeff Loomis, for example, actually shreds, and he does it right.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, if you're going to do heavy music, I would compare that to them.
Yeah.
Cool. And also the yellers. I don't even call them screamers. I call them yellers. Like the guys, the guy from, I don't know the guy's name. The guy from Slayer that screams.
Yeah.
He yells into the microphone. Anyone can do what he does.
Tom Mariah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's just. I don't want to be too opinionated, but I'm just saying, like.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Everyone's got their own bloody opinions, and it's not wrong. It's just your opinion. You know, it's all good. It's all good. Say what you want to say, and people can agree or not agree, or just like, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Suck it out. You don't like the opinion? Tough shit.
I'm not a fan of his vocals. That's all.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I love the music that they do. I love the rhythm. I love the drum. The solos I don't like as a musician, but I like for the style. The vocals, in terms of Slayer at least, I don't like the vocals. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I don't want to keep rambling about something that nobody cares about.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's all good. It's all good.
I knew about the Slayer guitar thing though. I did know about the Slayer guitar thing though.
Yeah,
I think that's quite well known.
Yeah, I'm pretty picky about Slayer guitar players. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you know how to play, so like it makes sense that you have a different perspective on it than I would. I can't play a fucking note, so it's just like I just like the noise. It's making good noise, good, entertaining, intense noise. I like, you know. So that's good for me.
Make some noise.
Yeah.
Sound like bloody Dr. Corner from Inspector Gadget.
You just throw your guitar down a bloody staircase. If it sounds good, I'm up for it.
Highly doubtful that will produce a song.
Hey, I don't know.
How do you get this guitar to sound good? Smack on an oil drum.
Yeah.
I think
everyone's got that.
I can play guitar. Joking around.
We were saying before about everyone's got like a band that they know and they don't think that anybody else knows, kind of thing. Like a band you discover and you really like, and you say, "Oh, do you know this band?" And everyone goes, "No, who the fuck are they? I've never heard of them." I think everyone's got like bands that lots of other people like that maybe it's just me. Bands that other people like and you just hate them. I've got lots like that, so I don't know.
I'll give you that. I've
got loads. Yeah.
One of the bands. Can I go first? One of the bands that were mainstream, a mainstream band everyone loved and I hated, and I'll tell you the reason why. It was System of a Down.
Right.
The reason I hated them was literally only because of the guy's vocals.
Right.
I could not stand the way he sounded. Huh?
It's an acquired taste, the vocals, definitely.
I love
it. Sounds like to me. It sounds like he's joking. It sounds like the whole. Yeah. You know what I mean? It sounds like when he's doing the vocals, it sounds like it's a joke. Like he's trying to be funny.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like it makes me lose the taste of wanting to listen to it because the whole thing sounds like a joke.
Right. I see. Yeah.
He might be doing it on purpose.
Yeah. But they do have songs that are perfectly
comic
funny as well. Yeah,
he
I
knows
like
nothing
down as well, but I get where you're coming from.
Comic magazines knows nothing about metal. He literally knows nothing. He should stick to doo-wop. He likes all these bands where they've got 3 words in the name. It's just like, oh man, they're the worst bands, man. They're the worst. You know.
No, I mean, I agree. I agree with him on that, and that saying there where he says that they grow in you. Like, I understand. Like, if you really like the music, the vocals will grow in you. But I don't want to acquire. If something is an acquired taste, it means it's not. It doesn't fit. You know what I mean? Like, it means it's not good for you in a sense. Like
mold will grow on you, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing.
The taste of alcohol grows on you. It's like it
grows on you
easily. I've run out of beers. I'm gonna go and steal Elric's last one.
I got one left.
Yeah, the taste of alcohol grows on you, but it's not good at you. Good for you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like I agree with the person. Like I would say, I'm not going to shit on any band whatsoever. I would say, down. Like I would say, like if you like it, you like it. But
exactly,
you gotta say something about the guy's vocals. It's just like it sounds like he's kidding the whole time. It sounds like the whole thing is a joke, and I'm like, I can't deal with it.
Oh,
of course, like the lyrics that they have it's just like it kind of like I know they make sense in some way, but they are just so strange. It's like the taco in my ear. Like they start like saying that kind of thing. It's like. What?
Some of the songs they write are purposely joking, and some are quite serious political songs. So it's quite hard to kind of. They can be quite hard to sort of fathom sometimes. Yeah.
Howard Jones has got some good vocals.
I like Howard Jones.
Howard Jones has got good vocals.
He's got good vocals.
I was a huge Killswitch engagement.
But I don't listen to Killswitch anymore. That's the thing.
Well, I kind of liked them when they come out, but because it was.
Wimps and posers, leave the hall. That's what I'm saying.
Growling sort of thing, like went into.
My opinion on Killswitch is like I think they did a great job, but they got to stop doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
you know? That's all. I mean, Gray, you don't like Killswitch?
I don't have the truth. To be honest, I've never listened to him. Probably never listened to him. I'm one of these guys.
I know
I won't like them, but I know what likes. Yeah, I kind of it's an idea that I knew I wouldn't like them, but I'm not actually bothered listening to them because I kind of just got the feeling I wouldn't like them. I'm kind of like an anti kind of I call commercial metal or like pop metal, or, you know.
I think your channel is great for that. Like I don't
like anything past the year 2000. I'm terrible. To me, Killswitch are like an old band, but to me, they're still like a new band. It's weird. But they have been going for a long time.
Most of the bands I listened to came out before I was born, or they were active when I was a baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's funny.
Weird that way, but I listen to bands like that.
Well, it's funny with Killswitch because they kind of invented in a way that metalcore thing with the shouty vocals and then the melodic vocals. Now sort of everyone does it, and it sort of gets a bit.
I thought that Slipknot invented that nonsense.
No, well, Fear Factory are probably the very first band to do it, but
they do growls and clean vocals within music.
Yeah,
I like Fear Factory, so
yeah. But they were probably the first band to mix up clean vocal with like growling vocal. I don't know any other band that did it before them.
Basically, it was industrial death metal.
To start with, but he still had a little clean vocal.
Industrial groove metal.
Yeah.
The first album's proper like industrial death metal. Definitely.
Grindcore. The first demo's like grindcore.
Oh yeah, the first concrete.
There should be like a thing on YouTube where if someone types some particular words into chat, that it should automatically be deleted, like stuff like this. Avenge. That should there should be a trigger thing. So if anyone types that into my chat, it should be deleted automatically, so it doesn't show up.
I'm not gonna lie. I did like Avenged at one point, but I don't like
when you were four and first getting into metal, you liked them, and then you got taste when you were 5 and moved on to something else. Yeah.
The thing is, they're talented bands. Like
I didn't get into metal until I was 11 years old, and that was 2003, you dick.
Oh, well, 11 and 12 then.
91. I didn't know about metal until years later.
Fair enough, but you soon grew out of Avenged.
I grew out because I was getting into death metal and I was still listening to these sort of bands.
Getting into good music.
Then I was like, fuck these bands. It's all about Testament. And,
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Fucking Cannibal Corpse and fucking Dark Funeral and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, Go Jury, yes, we had that in there.
Yeah.
Right, I've drunk all my beer again. I should.
Are we calling it a day?
I've got another track to play for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Another video to play for you. This I've just downloaded this now. Elric might know this band. I think anybody else will. But it's like the singer's like this fucking handsome, fucking rugged, manly motherfucker.
It's
and
you,
like,
isn't it?
oh yeah, it could be. It might be me. It could. There you go.
Lawrence loved it so much.
I know. I don't blame him. I'm surprised Jack's still here.
I'm surprised you even played it.
Well, I don't know.
Your own stuff.
I don't really, do I? But
that's cool, man. That's a legendary demo.
It's a demo, put it that way. I wouldn't say legendary. It's definitely a demo, though.
That was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and you play 1 gig every 5 years. It's become a thing. It's
exactly
cool.
on my birthday, without fail.
Yeah.
It's like it's more than enough. 40th birthday, 45th birthday, 50th birthday. Got 3 more years to wait. No, well, 3.5 more years to wait for the next one if I'm still alive. And the rest of the guys are still alive. Of course, yeah. It might just be me and a backing track.
Yeah.
Oh well,
still getting the same lineup.
Yeah. What's this? We've got another comment from Bill. Okay, great gut rule lead in metal is Elisa White from Arch Enemy. We will rise an epic tune. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, but that was
that's the new singer, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the old one. I've forgotten the name, but that was the old singer.
Right.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah.
What was the old singer?
Glasgow or something.
Amanda or something.
I forgot that bloody name. Gossow or something.
Gossow, yeah.
I remember seeing him when I had the male singer.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if I saw him. I know I had the album. I can't remember if I saw them. The male singer. They did, yeah. Before they went with the free. Is it Angela? Angela Gossow.
Angela Gossow.
Yeah.
It is Angela. Yeah.
Mm.
I see him with her as well, but
Angela.
It's all right.
I remember.
Not bad.
Cool. Right. Anyone got anything coming up they want to talk about? Any idea when it's going to be available, mate? You want to come back when it's out and we can play a few tracks, maybe? Come back on.
I got a couple songs to write. I got 5 of them done.
Yeah.
The demos are all on my YouTube.
Is there a concept for the overarching concept for the titles? Like the last one, was it Somewhere in Time or Lost in Time or something to do with time? I can't remember.
Probably not.
Journey is no. Okay.
I probably don't have a title yet. I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Oh, Graham, could you put my link for my radio station as well? I'll do a radio show, so if you want to send me
if you go to the description box, Elric's link is in there, and he's got all the links to his stuff in there, so you can see his link to his Facebook page, and if you want to send him some tracks to play on his, and also Jake does a podcast as well. If you want to send him his links down below as well, you should be able to contact him through one of the links on that blog post.
Awesome, yeah.
If you want to send them tracks.
Yeah.
So, are you on I do a lot of stuff through Facebook and Instagram.
They're both on Facebook.
Yeah.
And what's your last name?
If you look in the description down below, there's links that could take you to my blog, which has got posts for them, like with all their links on them, kind of thing. So you should be able to find it through that.
Yeah, I don't. I had it before.
I'll put my email down because I usually
go on YouTube. They're on YouTube. I'll find it.
Yeah. I mean, if you come back to the video tomorrow or something, you go to the description box underneath. It's got
links
to my blog posts, and in the blog post, it's got all Jake's links, and in Elric's one, it's got all Elric's links. So you should be able to, find them to send them something, or just message me. If you can't find them, message me again, and I'll give you their emails or something.
I'll put my email down anyway on the private.
Right.
No, I'll find it. I'll definitely find it. I
should be.
I was scrolling. Oh, awesome! There we go. I was trying to scroll on the actual thread that we're in on the actual.
No, not in the thread we're in, but in the description box on YouTube. Yeah, and when you've got it ready to go, if you want to come back and we can play a couple of tracks and we can chat about it some more if you want, like on a Friday night. Yeah, more than welcome to come in anytime. Just let us know.
Got it. Excellent.
All right.
Yeah, I usually work on Fridays, but I'll try to pop it again.
Yeah.
Right. When you got Friday off?
You got a growing number of subscribers. It looks like you're growing.
Yeah, I've got more subscribers. Unfortunately, none of them are subscribed to me for my heavy metal stuff. It's most of the people here watching are comic book fans. Yeah.
Are they reaction video fans or something?
Yeah, I've got another 300 subs recently for reacting to different Argentinian music. Blues. Yeah, it's quite cool. Blues and pro.
Do you ever think about recording skits? You doing certain things?
Yeah, no.
He does loads of stuff. I mean, he does loads of videos. I mean, every day.
I've kind of come to like, it's like when you get to the like 50 years old and you've done so many things. You've done clubs, you've done fanzines, you've done bands, you've done, I don't know what else have I done, fucking podcasts for fucking 8 years. You come to the realization that no one gives a fuck about anything you do. So there's no point. There's no point putting any effort into it. So I try and put the least effort into it as I possibly can. Because I always find the amount of effort you put into it is exponential to the amount of disinterest that it receives. So the more effort I put into it, the less interest it will get. So that's my theory. So I try and put
a lot of effort into your stuff.
I know, but a lot of effort, but lots of minimal effort. Not lots of maximal effort, but lots of minimal effort. And like, and it's like it gets 20 people watches it. If I was to put lots of effort into it, it'd have 5 people watching it, and I'll be even more pissed off. So it's just like, bare minimum. I'm the bare minimum grey man.
Well, the social end of things, so you care less, usually you get more.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't even know how popular my radio show is or anything. I just do it, and I get some people in chat, and I have no clue how many listeners I get or anything like that.
That's the best thing. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
Probably wise not knowing.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, guys, I'm going to head off. So nice to meet you, Lawrence.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
I'll message you and all, and I'll links. Hopefully, maybe we can like chat or something.
Yeah. Cool. Right, we'll call it a night then. We'll call it a night. Thanks for coming on. Drunk our beers, done another 3 hours, chatted about some stuff. I've had fun. I hope you guys.
3 hours.
I hope everyone else had fun. We're back next Friday. I've got no idea who's coming on because it's only worth me mentioning.
I'll try and get like a fucking vidcast sorted out, and maybe some people to come on next Friday. Maybe I should. Yeah,
because I think the 2 or 3 people who were meant to come on tonight never turned up. So Lawrence turned up. He's a good guy. He turned up. I think next week we might have the guys from Blood Swamp. Blood Swamp.
Yeah, London sludge band.
Yeah. Anyway, cheers, guys. Let's all bagger off, but we'll play out with this because it's good.
Yeah.